and welcome to Anunnaki Oracle Priestess. I'm Teresa, and I'm glad to have you on the live stream tonight. We are going to get into some tarot. You know what? I thought I had this all straight, but let me get that a little better position. There we go. So I'm definitely going to give it a few minutes to see who comes into the live stream, and then if we don't have any specific tarot requests, we'll get started with a collective reading. But I hope everyone is doing well on this Monday evening, wherever you're at in the world and whatever time zone you might be coming in from. I do hope that you are happy and well, and I do also hope that if you give me the honor of reading tarot for you, whether it's a direct or if you're just sitting and listening, that you get a message from the collective for you as appropriate from the collective messages. So definitely welcome. And I hope if you are coming in as well, you consider subscribing to the channel. We are trying to grow here. But I do hope that we'll have a very pleasant evening. Bear with me a little moment, get a little sage going in here while I'm waiting on you guys to come into the room. Welcome, welcome. See who we got coming in. I can't even see. I should have put these on first, I suppose. My bad. Hey, Miss Yates, welcome. How are you doing? Happy Monday to you. Ooh. There we go. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you had a great day as well. You doing well? Yep, I'm doing well also. I called my oldest daughter today. Today is the anniversary of her father's passing. And so that was on my mind a little bit. Like I said, don't cry for me, Argentina. She's 34 and we've been estranged for 34 years. So I mean, I didn't take any pleasure in his passing, but I wasn't grieving his loss at all. I was more concerned about my daughter than anything. Hey, Cece. Welcome, welcome. All right, all right. Let's see where we're going today. I think I want to pull from these first. Ooh, interesting. At the split here, we have In Perfect Harmony and The Power of Purpose. That's pretty cool. Hang on a second, guys. I thought I was ready to come on here. I got to get off this. So weird. My weekend was uneventful. That's a good thing. They usually are, though. Like I said, the biggest thing for me was my daughter asking me about coming to visit her, and I was telling Amanda just now, I was called my oldest daughter today, and she sounded in pretty good spirits. I mean, she did acknowledge that today, she remembered, of course, that today is her dad's the anniversary of his passing, but she didn't seem like super devastated about it, so that's cool. Hey, Rafa, how are you? Or Rafa, I'm sorry. Let's see what we got. Ooh, Waking the Lion and Sacred Reverence came out here. So It's kind of appropriate. I know, like I said, the ones of the energies that's in the room so far, I know that that is kind of an appropriate energy there and beyond the ordinary for sure. Wish upon a star. Wow. I mean, and who, like I said, I know that the two folks that's in the collective for sure in the collective are in that kind of holding period, but you are definitely in a manifestation transformation type season. So, and I know sacred reverence is not an issue for either of you. Hey, Antoine, welcome in, welcome in. You say you cracking up. You know, you kept checking my other page for the live stream. Oh, I'm sorry, mermaid. Yeah, no, it was over here. The noise happened again today, early this morning, and it was longer. Maybe the powers that were trying to send you a little message or something. Well, I know you probably don't sleep with your TV on or anything. I hope you don't. But hey, Ghosty, welcome. Let's start with you, Miss Yates, if you don't mind. I want to see what's going on over there. Yeah, I almost knew that. You know, I mean, like I said, my collective ain't new to this. Y'all true to this. I know you don't want that kind of random energy coming in. Look at here. Oh, whoa, right out the gate, Amanda, we got the King of Swords, Judgment, and Temperance. Trying to tell you. You're in a season though, and again, I'm not seeing this King of Swords as a masculine that's coming into you. I think you're getting ready to step into a little more. I mean, and it's weird because you want to be in feminine energy. We all do as the divine feminines and our goddess energy and all that. But what you got going on in your life right now, I think you need to be a little you are coming into a bit of masculine energy for yourself, being the decision maker, being the one that's kind of advancing things and moving things forward. From the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, we have the Four of Swords and the Six of Wands. I think the last time I pulled for you, the Six of Wands came out as well. So you are going to be successful in this endeavor. I know that's something heavily on your mind right now. You are definitely closing out a cycle because we got the Ten of Swords here with the King of Cups. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with the King of Cups, but in your case, like I said, this is again coming off the bottom of this deck. There's Eight of Swords here. So that being too nice, kind of in that King of Swords energy, was keeping you a bit stuck, and that cycle is closing for you. So I see it now more as, like I said, you stepping in your bag in this King of Swords energy with Judgment and Temperance. What's here at the top? Oh, Eight of Wands. Yep, movement. Got movement, and still closing a cycle. Ten of Wands, the burden, that carrying the world on your shoulders, that's coming to an end. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune plays in hand with that Judgment and the Seven of Pentacles. You have set seeds for that plenty earlier. So hold on. Yeah. I don't even need to clarify those. I think those are pretty clear. Let's see. Yeah, it has been a minute, mermaid. We'll get there in just a moment. Hey, Joshua, how are you? Yeah, let me start a list. I got Amanda and then mermaid. Whoa, hold on. Amanda, mermaid. CC, did you need cards pulled today? Let me start up here at the top, see where we at. I got Amanda, Rafa, if you're wanting cards pulled, please speak up. CC, Rafa, Mermaid. um, Hey Douglas, I didn't even see you scoot in here, brother. How are you? Hey Brittany, good to see you too, darling. Oh, nope, Mermaid, I got you on the list. You're number 3 on the list. I'm just trying to get everybody in before we get started. Joshua Balmores, if you wish, you can be included as well. I highly encourage you to stick around though, because the fact that you show up in the energy, you may get your message whether you get a reading or not. Phoenix, you can be added. Yeah. Douglas, I got you. All right. Stick around, Joshua. You'll see. If you've never had anybody read your cards before, it's just an intuitive thing. And again, I can't explain every teeny tiny little bit, but we're going to see. But Amanda, let's see what we get up out of the Akashic cards, and then I'll see if I can get you a direct yes or no on whether or not Spirit wants you to work. I think a lot of that has to do with what your finances. If you got the finances in place to focus solely on the online business, go all in on that. You know what I'm saying? Because not promising that it could happen. I don't know what could happen, but if you have the the emotional bandwidth, the time, and the finances to get that rolling before the holiday period. Look here, study. A new endeavor is upon you. It may require new knowledge and skills. Put the intention out to the universe, and the right teacher will soon find you. So you may even need to get like a little mentor to show you how to do the digital marketing piece or whatever the case may be. But if you have the means to do that, I think Spirit is telling you, yeah, you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Maybe a part-time job or something. If you're worried that you're not gonna get things rolling before you run out of money, maybe you can. Oh, you said you get SSI for your son. Your dad sends child support. You were gonna invest in materials needed once you get your income tax. I think you're supposed to start a little. Is there a way that you can start before then? I mean, you may want some physical inventory, but is there a way that you can get started, perhaps on an affiliate program or some kind of drop shipping or something like that in the space before holding on to a physical inventory? If you took the time and invested in yourself, you might be able to drum up enough of an interest in whatever your niche would be or however you would do that in the online space as far as a creative type page. Okay, Joshua, cool, and then we'll get to you in just a moment. Sakshi, if you're here when I'm gonna put you on the list, if you're still here when I call your name, I'll be happy to look into something for you. If I can get the pin right. Sakshi, just wanting. Yeah, and that's, I mean, again, I know I'm the pot calling the kettle black here because I'm sitting here, but my circumstances are different. I have zero income coming in right now other than what I get from occasional donations, live readings, that sort of thing. So I'm in a completely different scenario. But if you have a manageable income of some sort coming in, that there is a way that you could possibly invest a little bit in getting some guidance or the AI tools or the maybe it may not even require money. You might be able to get enough of what you need from various content creators on YouTube to kind of figure it out and get started, you know? Maybe, and if you really feel leery about it, well, again, you're so close to tax season that you know that you have that leaning on. So even if if you run out of money, you're not truly running out of money. So and yet, saying I've been applying, but not getting there. But yeah, so yeah, there's something about letting something go. But that was talking about letting go of pain. I don't think it has anything to do with pain in this situation. Pay attention. You being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. But with waking the lion, sacred reverence beyond the ordinary, and wishing upon a star coming out here, mm, I think at this point, any delays that you're having is just you being scared to pull the trigger, to be honest with you. You have a good relationship with your ex, so you're not really worried about getting stuck out there on a limb and it being going south for you or your kids. You just We're so used to going out there and getting a job. But here's the thing, you're applying for jobs and not getting them anyway. Why do you need to wait until February to get started when the holiday season is right here and the niche that you're going into is something that could do very, very well in the online space during this holiday season? There's no need to cut yourself out of genuinely at this point. I don't know how quickly you could get it together, but if you wait until February, you could be potentially cutting yourself out of 3 holidays by waiting that long. You're going to be missing Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. Not to mention New Year's, people trying to get it together and meditate and make a change and all the rest of that. Calendars, planners, all. Girl, I wish I had the means to get something rolling right this second. You know what I'm saying? Janice, I'll be happy to put you on the list. What do I don't. Mm, I'm not entirely sure. I got to start writing down some of them folks to be giving me issues because I don't know why your name is setting off warning bells for me. I think you came into a stream and did a little bit of trolling last time, but we're gonna see. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you want, and again, I get what you're saying. That may be a line that you can add later if you're wanting to make your own candles, because that's exactly where I'm at. I got some stuff to do some, but I don't have everything for the candles I want to make. But you can wholesale candles, and you can wholesale incense and holders and all sorts of things, mandalas and all of that, and add your luxury line later. It's just something to think about. So yeah, you got this. Like I said, it keeps coming up with the idea of not putting it off. If you have the means to get started, I think Spirit is just telling you start somewhere. You're wanting to get it all perfect and pretty and high end and all of that before you willing to get out there. And Spirit is just telling you get out there, make the mistakes on on the lower end before you jump off in the deep end. And if it doesn't work, you know what I'm saying? Because people will spend anywhere between 5 and $100 a candle, depending on what it is. But if they don't know you as a brand, you're gonna have a hard time pushing $100 candle as a brand new company because you're gonna have to court the right audience. You got to vet that. Whereas if you go in somewhere in the middle, in the regular price range where everybody's doing, where make a name for yourself and then ramp up and up and up as you need to. That is just a thought. Right. We understand that, Joshua. She's got, but that's what I'm saying. The niche that she's choosing is extremely popular, but she's got to get out in the online space and create an audience to put her wares in front of. So that's something that doesn't cost money. And if she ain't get that, and that's what I meant by you're applying for jobs, but if you're not getting the job anyway, doing this is free. Now, I mean, well, again, YouTube Live is not the best way to build an audience, obviously. I mean, again, no disrespect to the folks that are in my live, but you look at where we're at. You know what I'm saying? But there are some platforms out there that you can do more of that and get into some other things. And I'm gonna tell you, for what you're looking for, if you have a little bit of startup capital, a little bit to work with, and your credit's decent and all of that, look into fair.com, FAIRE. I ran across them a while back. It's kind of like a website for small business owners and small creators. So you'll find artisans that will do small batch stuff specifically for the idea of being included in somebody else's either brick and mortar or online boutique, or things that you can wholesale, black labeling. Like if you want a black label, a skincare product or whatever, you can find all of those kinds of things on Fair. It might not be, they're not going to be as inexpensive as wholesaling off of, say, AliExpress or something like that, but it's much higher quality products if that's something you can do it. And through Fair, if your credit is right and you got your business license and all that together, they will do, in some cases they will do some lines of credit for businesses that are set up. You're aware of Fair? Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, all right. So there's that. And anything else before we move on? Mermaid, you're up next if you want to get your question together. Good, good. Hey, Joe Calisthenics, how are you? Yep, I put you in, I got you in line, Joe. Absolutely. I'm doing well. Mermaid on the moon, if you'll put your question in the chat and we'll get started with your question, please. And CC, you'll be next. So don't go nowhere. If you hear your name, Rafa, you're after CC. We're going to try to go a little bit faster than we've been going before so that more people can get taken care of. You want to know what those attacks in your dreams and nightmares mean and what you can do for positive changes? Okay, let me go here. Mhm. The this is a question, Joshua. This is a question for Mermaid. Is one of my subscribers from previously. She was telling us about some spiritual activity or something that she don't know what's happening, but she's having some dream activity and she's trying to get a little bit more clarity on it to see if it's something that she can do about it, what's causing it potentially, and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna take a look and see if spirit will let us dig a little bit deeper in it and see what's going on. Hey, Natalie Rose, what's up? What's up? I didn't even see you, Mama. I'll put you on there too. And Antoine, if I didn't say hey earlier, I think I saw you come in, and definitely hello to you too, brother. I think I said so, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Archangel Michael, Yeshua. Ooh. This means something, mermaid. Right in the split, we got Alegua and the Baba Larisha. And remember, I said earlier about your spiritual ascension and who ain't gonna like it if you're detaching from it. The Baba Larisha is quite literally the holy man. And this is the road opener, Alegua. But we're gonna continue on and see if they come back out. Joshua, if you don't have a specific question, you can ask for a general reading just to see if spirit has a message for you. But like I said, very often I'm a very small channel, as you can see. The people whose radar I come across, it's not a mistake. So even if you don't have a question or get to ask a question, very often the messages that will come out in somebody else's messages may still be for you. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down, and even if it wasn't in a live stream, I might just be led to a specific reader's latest reading, and I start playing it and it resonates so much that I'm like, oh my goodness, this could not have been any more personal if the person had known me personally and been running around in my head with a steno pad taking notes for my whole life. It's just point after point after point. Don't ask me how spirit does that, but they have a way of sending you to the readings that you're supposed to hear when you ask for it that way. You have to wait your turn, Phoenix, because I won't be able to scroll back and remember. Child, my memory about long is a gnat's behind. So yeah, you can just hold on to it until. Ooh, I'm trying to see. There's a couple of cards here. We're gonna take a look at these or to see what comes out. I'm just looking to see what won't come out. What does come out is important too, but I'm also trying to see what doesn't come out in this particular deck because there is a card in here that absolutely positively means spell work beyond the shadow of a doubt. And I'm just trying to see whether it comes out or not. And so far, I've been through the deck twice and it hasn't. So let's go one more again. Oh, that's actually a very good card that slid on up out of there. So we're gonna make sense of it. Hang on for me, mermaid. A lot of cards want to talk to you today. So let's see. And I'm gonna grab the book because there's a couple of them I want to grab the actual book definitions for you. So let's before we do that, I'm gonna get an Archangel Michael card and see what's going on there. Oh Lord. No, I absolutely will not pull for you, straight queen. You done came in my last 4 or 5 live streams on both platforms and straight clowned. I'm not pulling in that energy because you're not taking me seriously. You're only trying to troll and distract. So you might get a message if you choose to stick around and listen, but I absolutely will not pull cards for you. You ain't got to time them out. You could have left them sitting right there. They got about 3 or 4 different profiles, so they'll be back with another one probably. Oh, you said thank you. Oh, you sent roses from Mermaid, yeah. So spend some more time outdoors. That's on that grounding and meditation tip, which I think I saw the 4 of Wands come out. You are guided and protected though, so and let go of fear now is here. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention, new beginnings and a fresh start. Have confidence. What's at the top of this deck? Oh Lord, pay attention to your dreams though. You may want to start taking some notes so you can get a little more clarity on some of the details, even if you only remember tiny bits of it. I know, and it's kind of scary because of the type of dreams you've been having, but try to write them down as much as you can. It also says write about your thoughts and feelings. So that's advice from Archangel Michael. Let's see what the Ascended Masters may have to say. Yeah, Joshua, you can ask for a general reading if you like. You start a dream journal? Okay, good. I'm so bad about that too because, well, my dreams, the moment I open my eyes, they're gone. I have such a hard time. Occasionally, I'll pick up a little bit of details. Wow, persistence and right came out here, and Thoth is one of with right is Thoth. So, yeah, definitely write them down. There might be some stay focused came out again with Kathumi, but that might have some bearing on it. Yoga is here with Baba G, so definitely some kind of a mental spiritual connection, something you may want to pay attention to. And actually, breath work and yoga may help you gain clarity. Add that kind of in meditation, those kind of go hand in hand. You can go into a meditation in by doing that. You said the dreams have been very vivid, very vivid. Find the blessing in your current situation. It's hard to do when you're being woken up with scratches and all of that. But again, I'm trying to figure out what it means or how to stop it. And I think it looks kind of like the only way around is through on this, just having to play it out and figure out what's going on. Purification, father, husband, brother, son, detached from drama. Ooh. Do you have an ex in your energy that might be sending some kind of evil eye your way? Normally, I do not, that's not my first go to. But with father, husband, brother, son popping out like that and purification and detached from drama, this could be somebody sending something your way. I pulled from this deck to see if spell work would come out, and I did not. Let me see. I didn't see it. We've got the 3 of Wands and the 4 of Wands here, 3 of fire, 4 of fire. You think it is your ex's energy? Well, apparently, I mean, purification, father, husband, brother, son, and detached from drama came out of this deck. And normally, most of the time when I pull from decks, I try to pull 3 cards, 4 at most, but 7 came out of that deck. 8 came out of this deck. I mean, that's a lot of cards speaking, but it's saying it's nothing that you can't get under control. You are guarded and protected, but you need to, like I said, well, we talked the last live stream that you were on about safeguards that you can put in place, ways you can, okay, yeah, ways that you can cleanse your space, ways that you can cleanse your personal aura during the cleansing baths, doing the cord removal and things like that. You may just have to stay on, yeah, yeah. And let me guess, like I said, we can't personally diagnose, but I just about guarantee you he displayed a lot of narcissistic and or sociopathic tendencies. Imbalanced empaths draw narcissists like moths to a flame. We just do. I got a whole lineup of them in the past. He damaged your apartment. See, crazy shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Joshua, that's what I'm saying. She's gotten rid of him. That's not the issue. The issue is he don't like the fact that she got rid of him. So he's sitting there, even if he's not actively doing spell work. When you share physical intimacy with a person, you create a soul tie there, and genuinely an energetic string. Like they say, our silver string keeps our soul tethered to our physical body through the ethers. When you are physically intimate with someone, there is an energy attachment there that even if you're no longer sleeping with them, it can still remain. It's a cord. And if they don't want to leave and you've never detached the cord and they don't want to leave and they're sitting up thinking about the things that they want to do to you or could have did to you, or they mad at you or wish you would have this and wish you would have that. We are powerful creators. Our words are spells even if we're not actively claiming witchcraft. And whatever's going on with her, he's so in her energy that it's finding a translation into her dream state in a very uncomfortable way. You ran into his dog recently? Wow. So if his dog is around, he ain't far, right? That part. Yeah, he might be thinking about you in hatred. Or sometimes they just, I had a friend that was supposed to be a friend, but absolutely obsessed with a relationship that an aspect of our relationship that I made him very clear to him would never be. But that didn't stop him from thinking about me in that way. Just because I wasn't thinking about him in that way didn't stop him from thinking about me in that way. One of my exes, I had zero, none of my exes did I have any intention of getting back with, but little did I know that he was focusing on me in a very inappropriate way, if you know what I mean. Years after the fact. And I had hesitated doing a full cord removal because we had a child together. And at the time, the child was still living with him. But it ain't make no difference. She was old enough to contact me if she needed to. I had to cut cords from that fool. No, no, no. Yeah, he was a narcissist. Yeah. And again, that's a huge paradigm that's playing out for a lot of people in the environment these days. That's a very large karmic soul lesson, whatever you want to call it, that a lot of us are being called to learn. Yeah, look up the cord removal, and yeah, give them to have Archangel Michael and Yeshua and possibly your ancestors sit in that ceremony with you, but you bind those cords, wrap them in love, and give them to Archangel Michael to return to him. Tall, handsome, and fit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Child, yeah. You preaching to the choir because they look so pretty on the outside. By the end of it, though, they be so pretty in the beginning, and they look like a pile of steaming horse manure by the time they finish because they acted so ugly towards you. You can't help but see the ugly by the end of it. You're like, oh my god. You can't say what did I see in them because they look very good. And the whole world thinks that they're just the nicest people ever. They don't get to see the part that you got. They really don't. I understand. Yeah. They won't move on. They be to marry somebody else and still got you in their mind space. I got one of them too. Literally been married to somebody else for about 6, 7 years now. And still sending evil eye my way. Not even this. I don't know if it's on romantic tip or not, but truthfully, it was kind of one of them. If I can't have her, nobody else will thing, trying to keep me from getting in union with my divine counterpart. Just binding, binding. But I do see movement towards what you want with the 3 of fire, 4 of fire. You got the star energy here with the man. Oshun and Iku are here. This is literally rebirth and then abundance energy. Iku is death, and Oshun is that beautiful, beautiful energy. The outcast here, though, this right here is chosen one energy. This is being on the edges, on the fringes of the village. Look at him. He out there dancing naked at the end of the beach. And nobody wants to be bothered. Don't quite fit in nowhere. But the outcasts really don't care because they got something else going on, you know? Ooh, and Ogun is here. Yes, sir. That's the wild man, but that's who you want. Fairies and sylphs. You got a lot of spiritual backing here. The 4 of water. Okay, we got the 8 of pentacles. So there is work that's being put in here. But it's not, like I said, it's a little bit of a bumpy ride type thing here. We've got 8 of water, 5 of earth. What else was over here? Truthfully, these are the only concerning cards. Oh, the 4 of water. This apathy. Like I said, the 8 of cups, 4 of cups is like apathy and introspection and the need to walk away. And you have walked away, but like I said, there seems to be some additional cord cutting that needs to be done, and it's affecting your money. 5 of earth, and or it's affecting more than just the money. 5 of pentacles is like lack mentality, poverty consciousness, but it can seep into relationships, into everything. I think it's just some more of that you need to You do. You see, you knew him for years. He's an amazing actor, very charismatic, very charming, but it's all pretentious, and you know that now. Yeah, yeah. Don't feel bad. That's why I say don't feel bad. I know you done had them, oh my God, what was I thinking type moments. It's not that. In your imbalanced state, when you think, oh, I don't want to judge a book by its cover. Oh, yeah, it's okay if he's not exactly on the same. We may, in the beginning, because they don't show that part of them. Period. They just don't. You don't get to see that. You meet the representative. The real them don't show up typically till somewhere past 6 months into the relationship, and sometimes even longer than that. You might not see the real them until a year in, until you mess around and get pregnant or get engaged, get married, whatever the case may be. Then once once a life event happens where they feel like they really got you on the hook, that's when you get to see the real them. But you also have the guardian angel here and the 10 of earth. So it is harvest time. Yeah. And the fire element backs you. So hold on. What do I want to look at? Let me see if I can get an angel answer as far as the dream stuff, though. What's going on with the dream state? Because that's the part that really worries me. Them weird cuts and stuff. It says, listen to your intuition. The situation will improve. Yeah, take action. Don't stop. It says unlikely here. Yeah, unlikely that you're going to get back with him. We know that. Abundance is here at the top of the deck, though. So I honestly think that you're on the beat of it. I feel that. Well, you like you said, you haven't had any more of the crazy scratches and the weird. The dreams may stay weird for a minute as long as you're not being violently attacked. I think that's some progress. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let up. You may have to do a series of spiritual baths for a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? To do a couple of them a week, or at least once a week. Take a salt bath. You might do the other stuff like get some. I don't know what you're gonna wind up using. You might want to visit a botanica and look into several baths. You can make your own, or you can get them pre-done from a botanica. Oh, oh, whoever is doing whatever they doing to you, I would recommend they stop. The first two cards that shot out of this 144 deck was you will regret messing with the chosen one and divine protection and intervention. I'm telling you, when you do this cord removal, and don't just remove his, remove any and all unknown cords through all times and dimensions, and wrap them in love, give them to Archangel Michael, and ask your ancestors to intervene on your behalf, and then back away from it. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel sorry. When you start getting the news as bad things is happening, you didn't cause it, let it go. Just take your hands entirely off of it. Because I'm trying to tell you, judgment day for your enemies. We got rebirth here and enemies. So I'm trying to tell you, that's why you're having so much time. You're on the very verge of a massive, probably rebirth, transformation, initiation, kind of moving into a whole different level. And your goons don't want to let your energy go. It's too delicious. But there is success here. It says, oh, showing psychic attacks here. You are spiritual royalty. That is why you got these enemies and the psychic attack. Not only are you a miracle, one is on its way to you. Okay? Yep, yep. Oh, she gonna be set free. Ain't no someday. She gonna be set free real soon because knowing is half the battle. once you ask Michael, especially Michael, you ask Michael to show up and show out on your behalf. I'm trying to tell you, when your ancestors get hold of it, you may start, because you are probably psychically attached to this man as well. You're going to start getting, most likely, some sort of images or messages. You're going to get like little taps of him trying to tap into your energy, or him wanting you to contact him, or what. Do not feel sorry. No retreat, no surrender. Once you give it to the ancestors, don't you dare take it back. And you can't worry about what they're going to do. That ain't your business. As long as you know you ain't sending the ugly boogly to him, you just leave it alone. Because I promise you, you're nice and forgiving and kumbaya hug a tree. Your ancestors petty as hell, and they going to get that goon if he don't stop. And he got it coming. How dare he? And if he don't know he doing it, he going to learn today. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's sending active spell work, but he going to get up out your dreams, out your hopes, out your wishes. He need to go find him a life and something better to do. No, he had an opportunity and he blew it. So he got to get all the way out your energy. And I think that's going to go a long way. And the rest of that, as far as in scratches and all that stuff, like I said, I honestly think that's because you're switching teams. Enlil's goons didn't like the fact that you're leaving and you moving the team Yahweh, Yeshua Inky, and Yahweh don't like that. But once you actually have you are making the jump, and you make establish firm boundaries and start calling on Yeshua and Inky to soften the blow of that, I don't think you're going to have any more attacks either, especially once you clean your house and cleanse your corners and all of those things. So yeah, you good. All right, mermaid, we good? Oh, child, yeah. I am. Well, unfortunately, I did have a baby for my goon, but well, one of them, the one that was actively doing the moon magic and the spell work, the binding spells, I never had a child for him. But my other one that was kind of sitting over there in a way low key, and I didn't even think about it until later, and I found he was basically doing sex magic, and he's not even spiritual enough to know that, but because of the way he was still focused on me, that energy, because we were together, and I'm naturally telepathic even before I became spiritual enough to understand that. So I had that energetic bond with him. I've known the man 20 years. We got a 25-year-old child together. So, you know, and he was still sitting there enjoying that energetic bond, even though we had not had a physical bond in decades. Yeah, get anything he gave you, any old pictures. If his contacts is in your phone, get rid of them. Now, if he's on your social media and your guys have said that part of his karma is watching you rise, you can archive him or whatever. You may not delete him. I don't know. That's between you and your guys. But get him otherwise out of your phone. If he got old sweaters and tennis shoes or whatever he get, all of that. If he gave you intimate wear or anything major that he gave you, get everything that's attached to him out your house. You deleted him off everything. Good for you. Good for you. All right, all right. You said no. You thought you did, but he immediately stash it in random places. Ooh, yeah. So he already knew about the energy connection. Sound like if he was stashing his stuff in random places in your house. Yeah, but in this day and time and market, depending on where your finances are, moving ain't always easy. But she can clear the house energetically. We talked about that on the last live stream as to how to actually clear her space and create an energy grid around her bed for protection. So yeah. That's okay. But you right on time though, CC, because your question is up next. What did you want to ask for the cards? You said you wanted to be in on this pool for today. So what we got going on, Mama? Let me light some more incense over here. What in the world? Oh, oh my God. Yeah, girl, I hope you get some money, finances, or whatever. Shoot, I hope I get run over by some number somewhere. I get you up out of there. Yeah, you definitely need to get out of his energy, out of his neighborhood, out of his everything if you can. Now, obviously, Ain't nobody got 10 grand to relocate you. If you can't, there's ways of protecting yourself. But that being said, look in ways to protect your whole space, like all the way from your driveway out, all of that outside your windows. There are certain things that you can do to like energetically protect all of your space, not just putting the energy grid around your bed. I wish I had known that. Then I'd have known for sure that's probably where them attacks coming from. Like I really have, especially if he's not spiritually attuned and he's still Team Yahweh, and you left on you've deserted and gone on to Team Yeshua Inky. Oh, he could set his goons on you quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yeah, yeah. Go back through your house with a fine tooth comb and dress all of your borders and boundaries outside and the inside corners, everything, because I'm sure he got monitoring spirits coming your way. Oh wow. And that's what I'm saying. I realize it's expensive, so that's why you don't necessarily have to move, but I would expand the way I would be much more aggressive about protecting the house, since I know that he know exactly where you live. You're not necessarily worried about physical danger from him, but you're under psychic attack and spiritual attack. So in addition to dressing your bedroom, you want to dress your whole apartment or house or whatever it is that you're living in. Shoxy, you're pretty far down the list. I'm waiting on CC's question now, and then we're gonna get going on the next one. Honestly, Joshua, don't you half the time they so caught up in their lack of ascension, they may or may not even know they're doing that stuff. Everybody that's sending negative energy projections isn't out actively barking at the moon doing spell work. It's not always active witchcraft. Sometimes it's literally just their longing for what they cannot have, but that's still a form of evil eye. And people don't understand that we are transmitting and receiving mechanisms, and we can affect each other. And especially if the soul ties have never been fully severed, or if they've grown back because they sit up wanting you like that, that's why it's so sad to say. I feel so sorry for a lot of these young folks today that decided that sex is casual, and they be like 17, 18, 19 years old with 50 bodies on them, and they don't understand why their lives turn out so jacked up because they literally got all the energetic strings of all of them no account people. They knew that the people weren't energetically worthy of trying to build a life with, but they just thought, oh, it's just something to do. Let's just hook up. Hookup culture got a lot of folks energetically screwed for real. You throw uncooked rice with salt in it to keep dark energy away. Put it on. Well, I told her about salting the corners. I don't know about the uncooked rice, and especially in an apartment scenario, that might encourage bugs and stuff. But yeah, we discussed salting all her corners and create. And honestly, you talking about I was telling you about getting tourmaline and quartz for around your bed. You can actually buy tourmaline rough. I would get a pound or 2 pounds of it or whatever. You might want to dress like around your windowsills in the corners of your apartment as well, just as a protective measure. Oh, too much time, sage, rosemary, mint. Yeah. CC, are you here with your question, dear? I need your question so we can get moving on. Rafa, are you here? Hey, Nina, welcome. If you want in this lineup, Nina, you can, because I'm going to close it pretty soon if you're able to stick around. You're welcome. I got you. I think Nina's gonna probably be the last one for the evening. Some green babies, yeah. Seaside CC, Rafa, or Douglas M162. Are any of y'all here still? I got you on the list, Nina. Oh, General? Okay. All right. Well, since I got the Orisha deck already out, let's continue on in that vein, shall we? Because I know you like them. Those are your peeps. So we're going to see what we see. You're welcome, Mermaid, for sure. You are so welcome. So you don't want to attract any critters, and yeah, and that's why I said knowing if you said you in New York and in an apartment scenario, flinging rice around might not be the best thing to do, but the salt for sure, yeah, that could for sure work. See, we got Sekhmet here with Wounded Healer energy, but Tonnet here is with Pleasure. Ooh, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I just love. Well, you know I'm a purple girl anyway. But I know you kind of overdue for some pleasure. But this Wounded Healer energy. Bakumo is here with Soul Forgiveness. And Queen Nandi with Intuition. You're allowing your external circumstances to weigh you down internally as well. And I think you're going to have to get to a kind of a physician heal thyself type moment. And I know it's hard when you're dealing with actual physical limitations, but this soul forgiveness, this coming out with the Wounded Healer, makes me think that that's something important for you to do. Yeah, whatever's going on in your, or what you're allowing in your mental space is affecting your physical also, but it's not something that can't be worked out. We have the couple here and Zapana, and you know Zapana is all about the healing and wellness. And the Eight of Cups, ooh, or Eight of Water. Let me see here. Let's look at something here. Zapana is Hermit energy. Um, 61. I'm trying to see what the book has to say about this card. It says he's the son of Nana Baruku and Abatala. He is the Babalui or Omuyu. He's invoked in matters relating to health and assistant to the physician. so that he may enlighten the mind of the professional to secure an accurate diagnosis and prescription of the correct treatment. His greeting is a toto, which also serves as a verbal means of preventing illnesses. People believe in the importance of this word and what it reveals. Other very common greetings are Ambayo, Zapana, Zapata, or Chapan. He is very popular and is known as the saint who cures plagues and smallpox. They say that he covers his body so completely because of the marks left by eruption pustules. There are stories that say this Orisha visited villages one by one, curing people and receiving in turn the waste energy resulting from their disease. His color is violet blue, but other African nations that worship him assign black and white as a whole to him. His syncretism is with our Lord Jesus Christ for the great suffering he endured on the cross. You know how I feel about that. And the great healing power of our Lord, which transmuted that pain into love. He is also synchronized with Saint Roch and Saint Lazarus, depending on his passage or vibration. They say that most of his sons carry a birthmark, usually on their legs, like a scar or small blemish, and that they are shy, withdrawn within themselves, analytical, and easily predict any sign of illness. Excuse me. Due to their ability to concentrate, their analyses can be critical and their comments sharp. They do not resort to innuendo, but go straight to the point. The excuse me. The meaning is high fraternal and spiritual sense, charitable and humanitarian power, spirit of service, strong imagination and organizing mind, strongly sensitive to the pain of others, both spiritual and physical. A process of illness that comes to an end, recovery and improvement from a state. Interference with joints and bones, its influence extends to a dermatological level. So let's see here. I want to see how this may reflect with the couple, the other meanings for the couple 92. A happy couple, complete in itself. Each one belongs to the other. Companionship, a future of happiness and pleasure. The card represents falling in love, idealization, and feelings. Peaceful and harmonic times or harmony. So parties and celebrations with those closest to your heart. So I mean, I knew it doesn't always have anything to do with an actual romantic couple. But truthfully, then in that case, maybe this eight of water is just saying what's getting ready to go down. It's not even that there's more that it may not even be more that you need to do other than getting your mind out of, you may be worried about it too much, honestly. Kind of, that's what I'm kind of feeling right now, is that you're so busy worried about what am I doing wrong, what am I doing wrong, what am I doing wrong, that might be the thing that you're doing wrong. Because the cards are not saying that you're doing anything specifically wrong. I'm seeing wounded healer, but there's pleasure, soul forgiveness, and intuition here. There's nothing wrong in any of that. Uh, the list is actually closed, Perva. I'm gonna push it in case you may want to stick around, just in case some of these folks that I call don't show back up. I want to write you down just in case. But I'm only reading until 10 o'clock. It is 8:48 now, and I had said earlier that I was closing the list, but I'm writing you down, Marjani. But you're gonna have to wait your turn, dear. You say you don't feel like you're doing that? Okay. So the meaning is imbalance as a result of excessive ambition. The eight of water here. The meaning is imbalance as a result of excessive ambition, which may be long lasting due to the above mentioned characteristics, which are, let me see. It says the octopus has 8 tentacles. The eighth astrological house is that of Scorpio, whose rulers Mars and Pluto. could detonate the weapons of war. In numerology, 4 represents stability and balance. It also represents the 4 cardinal points, the 4 seasons of the year, and the 4 riders of the apocalypse and the 4 gospels. 8, the doubling of 4, means immoderation when incorrectly used, as it is a number of ambition. It may become an evil creature that, like the spider weaving the threads of its own house, den, or habitat, which also trap for its future victims or prey, will not hesitate to trap and end the freedom and integrity of its victims. Surely this is a dangerous card. It says it's a dangerous attitude when facing the reality of life, forgetting that time goes by and we are not eternal, at least with respect to our bodies. If we are reincarnated, we will have to make right any wrong we did before as a result of the law of cause and effect. Therefore, let us not be nomads of ourselves. Let us not deceive in love or abandon a success to hoard higher ones, for the boomerang effect will beat us almost immediately. Now, everything else was fine up until that point. I think this is a warning, something about the physical health. Just, I mean, and I know you are paying attention to whatever's going on with your health right now. So maybe the imbalance isn't spiritual. Maybe it is something that you just need to pay more attention to the physical. I'm not sure. Hmm. Let's pull some more and see what else comes out. Maybe we'll get a little more clarity on it. Ooh, what you don't see coming, a leg was here at the bottom of the deck coming out for you, so you know I'm gonna take it. And the 6 of earth, and the ace of water, and the moon. What's at the top here? The ace of air. Oshamar. I know. That's what. Look, when he show up like that, I don't have no choice but to take him. He be ducking and dodging all up out here. Up. The enslaved prisoner flipped over here with the 2 of earth and female Eshu, Pambagira, along with the village, the 6 of fire, and the sun. Now I want to see, hold on, let me see here. The enslaved prisoner. He got on clothes so I can show him. This card represents any person who has been persecuted because of his or her ideas or thinking, a prisoner of ignorant persons who, many times in the name of high ideals, single out, accuse, and finally execute innocent people whose sole crime is the preservation of opposing ideals and thoughts. You are the victim of defamation, gossip, and felonies around you. Strengthen yourself. You will need it because your surroundings are exerting pressure on you. You will be subject to unjustified moral, physical, and or spiritual punishment. You are not allowed to be or do. Loneliness, execution, suffering. Everything is hard to attain, sacrificial and difficult at the same time. Laments and hardship, retaliation and binding. So this reading is actually low key. It's speaking to both aspects, what you're trying to get forward to and what's looking what spirit has in mind or in line as far as where you're headed and the protections for you, but while at the same time acknowledging what you're going through right now, which is really cool because it's still, that's not saying I was wrong. It's not saying what are you doing wrong. It's saying you're not really doing anything wrong. You just going through a rough patch. um Let me see. Pambagira. What's the meaning? Is parties, weddings, festivities, and celebrations in general. So there are some good times coming, and especially since you got the Ace of Swords and the Ace. Wait a minute, it was the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups here. And Oshamari. 67. wealth, abundance, material pleasures, favorable changes, transmutation, thriving business, subtleness, diplomacy, politics, people competent in the field of oral, written, and visual communications. So this is kind of speaking, I think, just giving you some encouragement to just hang in there. I do want to see about this. Where are they? Hold on. There they go. What it has to say about this soul forgiveness. It's card 28. You can't rush. It says, who do you need to forgive? Let it go and reclaim yourself. Forgiveness is a gift of freedom for you, from you. You can't rush forgiveness. You have to feel it to heal it. Feel the pain, hurt, grief, rage, and despair. Take time with your heart. Forgiveness is a higher vibration frequency than the pain you must allow yourself to feel. Unforgiveness colors your world with lack, mistrust, and resentment. You start to see everything through victim colored glasses, but forgiveness does not have to include reconciliation. Start with self forgiveness. Say out loud, I forgive myself with love. And could this possibly have anything to do with your neighbor? I'm just saying, you know? But overall, nothing to be concerned with. You're still doing good. Pay attention to your health because the Zapana came out there first. But do know that you still got your guides all around you. So, for sure, that's a beautiful thing. All right, all right. That's it for you, madam. And next up, Rafa or Douglas M162. Are either of you here? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Me too. I was too, because I was like, but yeah. Douglas, you want a general message? All right, all right. All righty. Let's see what we got. Where we going today? Where we going? Ooh. Let me put these away, get some space on the table. Bear with me. You're welcome, dear. Mhm. All right, Douglas, where we going today? Where we going? Let me get this out the way for sure. Oh, there's a hitchhiker card. And the card is it's from another deck that's over there, but it's interesting that the card that chose to hitchhike into this deck was dissolution and emotional clearing. I don't know if that has something to do with you, Douglas, but I'm gonna leave it here for the moment. I know, right? I said the other day I got this card that cut from Walmart. No, I didn't. You know I got it from Amazon. You know that. Ooh, Douglas, we got water here. Something with the emotions, perhaps, or a water sign, or water in your chart. Knowledge is here. What was that? Did something flip? No. Thought it flipped, but no. Friendship is here, Douglas. Relief, divine feminine, and psychic. Let's get one more. I think this is it. This card tried to come out before, but it didn't pop all the way out. But I've pulled it now, so we're taking that too. Veiled. Are you balancing your divine feminine energy, or is there a divine feminine coming towards you? Let's see. I'm gonna take a look at this. So you got yours from Amazon, yeah. Child, you ain't never lied. If I hadn't have been ordering, and I realize now some of that overspending stuff is kind of an ADD, out of control thing, but I needed all. I mean, well, some of it I didn't actually need, but I wasn't buying stupid and practical stuff. Not always, anyway. But yeah. Ooh, Douglas, we got Let It Go and Wish Upon a Star here. And The Land Between. Some kind of a transformation, or you're at the crossroads of some kind of a transformation. But there is something or someone that you're gonna have to let go of. It's kind of in the way. Water is here, which is about the emotions, knowledge, and friendship, and then relief, divine feminine, psychic, and veiled. So either something in your current friendships is standing in the way of your transformation, or once you become aware of them, of some kind of a toxic something. I don't know if it's a romantic relationship, friendship, family, job, whatever. It doesn't matter because it says it's in the category. And maybe that's what the knowledge is about. You coming to kind of understand who and what that is. This got to go. It obviously is not only is that veiled to you, but where you're headed in your the next level of your spiritual transformation is kind of veiled to you right now. Something to do with this divine feminine energy. And again, all men and women have masculine and feminine energy in us. Very often in our spiritual healing, women have to heal their divine masculine, men have to heal and allow their divine feminine. So it may be a call to do that. Take a chances here. It's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm and will begin to attract new results. So, solitude, spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can hold on to your own in any situation. Mm. Got ooh, have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything's going to be okay, but yet still you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways you never imagined were possible. And consider the option. You've narrowed your focus to one desired outcome, and you might be missing a bigger opportunity. Open up and let the universe send you the highest possible result. So, yeah, there's something that you're on the edge of, on the precipice of. Look at this land between. I know I mentioned the land between in a video I did earlier on the other channel, maybe a week or so ago now. I think it was, or maybe it's probably been longer than that, probably a month ago now, who knows. But it was talking about being the bridge. and like the timeline shifting and stuff. I think you are in this land between. However, in the letting go, when you let go of what you need to let go of, the world is your oyster. You can paint. You stay into yourself still. Good. And honestly, I think that's what's taken for a time. Like I said, he's not going to be forever, but a lot of us are called into extended hermit modes for our healing, our ascension, and for getting clarity on what it is that we're manifesting in that next season. This wish upon a star is quite honestly co-creating with the universe, and most of us aren't asking big enough, and that's that hermit mode is to help clear up. We got self-doubt here, is to basically help clear up the self-doubt and those pieces of us that are just so humble that we're not asking big enough. um let's see. It says it's always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear, so that may be part of your asking big enough as well. What is this? Happiness is freedom from fear. So spirit healers and helpers are with you and share the gift. Maybe you don't know what that quite looks like just yet. I'm telling you, it's some kind of a transformation that you're kind of on the tip of. Let's see what that's about. Five of Wands, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups. That's doing work around family or either romance, friendship, or some kind of family issues. That Six of Cups, I guess it looks so sweet. This really looks like a very happy card in the traditional tarot, and yet there is something about it. There's a little bit of melancholy in it. It's the idea of inner child work, healing the past, family issues, that kind of stuff. And it's here with this Five of Wands and the Knight of Cups, trying to move forward in this loving scenario, but having some kind of conflict. Now, I know, and I heard you when you say you stay it to yourself, but there's a reason you be to yourself, because it looks like there's been a very good reason for you to be to yourself. And maybe it's trying to get some more clarity or do a little more inner work around that for understanding that portion. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Relief is here. Karmic cycles ending in this transformation. I'm trying to tell you. Whoa, what was that? Okay, we got Temperance with the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Fool. So it definitely is about the spiritual journey on some level. The Four of Pentacles, and actually with the Wheel of Fortune coming here with this relief, and the Nine of Pentacles is your personal luxury. It's not that all ending jackpot generational wealth, but Nine of Pentacles for one person is pretty darn good. It's not the generational wealth just yet, but it's, you could actually morph it into that. That's not saying that it can't happen. Let me see here. You don't need a specific question. Oh, you talking to? Okay. No worries, Nina. Have a beautiful rest of you. Okay, no worries at all. Yeah, still got a few ahead of you, but have a wonderful rest of your evening. You're welcome. Hopefully next time you'll be able to get in there. If you remind me next time that you weren't able to stick around long enough, then I'll try to bump you up before I get started. You're welcome. Douglas, we got the man coming out here first. So this is, like I said, this is definitely about you. This ain't necessarily got to do with another person at this point. Wow, yeah. So I'm not saying they're still active in your energy, but this was some kind of on for knowledge with this Knight of Cups. Snakes came out here. So this was something about some kind of an enemy in your path or something you needed to be aware of that was holding you up. And your ancestors are trying to, and friendship was here with the Six of Cups. So, like I said, that family ties, friendship, whatever, some kind of reflection on that. It was something in your past that your ancestors wanted you to be aware of that was holding you up. Now, what's with this relief and the Wheel of Fortune energy? Oh, something you got to choose between. And it's not saying that either of these choices is wrong, it's just a choice. But it's definitely something you're going to have to choose from once you get clarity on that other piece. And there is spiritual guidance here. This tower in Lenormand is not a disastrous tower, it is very much a fortifying tower. And temperance is here. So as you move into this divine feminine energy, maybe it's saying spirit is going to rally around you so that you can kind of, and I get it, especially for men. There's men are so used to having to do, and be the provider and hold everything together and all the rest of that. It may take a little bit. It may feel weird to rest in feminine energy for men that are used to being self-sufficient and being. And it's not saying you wouldn't still be the head, but feminine energy is just coming at the issue from a completely different place. And I think that is really what spirit is wanting you to do to get, since you, especially since you're by yourself these days, but rest more with the idea of creating from feminine energy as opposed to being so far. Yeah, child is here with this Nine of Pentacles and the psychic and the Two of Swords. With the child, this is not necessarily or an actual baby. This can be a new project, an idea, something new coming to mind for you, just something that's dramatically different that you want to move forward with. And you're going to have to do it from like I said, creating from your feminine energy. Not, it's not something you can muscle into place from masculine energy. What's veiled, spirit? Oh, a loyal companion coming in. Now, whether it will actually be another male as in this dog, or whether, I mean, I'm not saying that men are dogs, but typically I think of this as in masculine energy, usually when it shows up in the Lenormand, but it's some kind of a loyal person, whatnot, that's coming in that can help you with this. Maybe it might even be a mentor because it's here with the Fool and the Four of Pentacles, or it could be someone to help you in business, or truthfully just a reliable friend. Your ancestors know what you need, but it is going to need some kind of financial stability. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Let's see here. Pay attention to your dreams. You are a light worker, though. We knew that. Light worker came out here and lucid dreams. A DNA upgrade is on the horizon for you. Tarot reader is here, so I don't know if you're gonna be led to a tarot reader, or maybe somebody that you're getting with is gonna be ooh. Ancient Divine Blood and Twin Flame Mission is out here too. So I wasn't trying to look for love for you. I know you say you're by yourself, and I'm not trying to rush you into nothing, but with the DNA upgrade and those other things coming, don't shoot the messenger if a divine counterpart pops up for you, because it looks like it's a possibility. You say, which card do you love? The dog or something else, or the child? Dreamweaver, weave dreams into reality. What we got, this wish upon a star energy. This kind of goes right along with that. Maybe that's why lucid dreams came out here too. For you, maybe you can practice on that. Panther protector, find strength in darkness. So yeah, you may have to do another round or so of Dark Night of the Soul to balance out that Six of Cups energy. But it doesn't have, like I said, they call it Dark Night. It don't even have to be dark. It's just a matter of being aware of it, reflecting on that energy. Well, sometimes we have to embrace our shadows to get to the light. The dog, yeah, it is a cool. It's like peaceful looking, so loyal. Sakshi, there are still several. I'm on Douglas right now. So one, two, three. There are three ahead of you, and then you, and then after that, I have five more after that. That's why I closed the list. So it's like a total of nine still in line. But we also have Douglas, the Wheel of Magic here, using the power of time and the cycles. So I think that's where that psychic and veiled energy came in too. Yeah, with Spirit of the Sun, absorb the energy of the universe and the voice of the ancients. Yeah, I love that though. So let's get here and see if there's some kind of a activation or something like that we can look forward to. What was this over here? Brittany, A, if you're here, you'll be up next. I'm getting close here. And then Joshua, you will be next after Brittany. Oh, Douglas, I know you in that Lone Ranger energy, but Sacred Union have popped out here again. And Radiant Presence, this isn't supposed to be, I mean, it's not necessarily talking about, whoa. No, I'm looking at the imagery on the cards that came out here for you. Phoenix, you are after Joshua. But look at this. These cards ain't even necessarily talking about union per se. I'm gonna read what they say in a second, but we've got two images of some sort of what appears to be a soul union, and then this card talks about sacred union, and then this one is alchemy of the mind. We just finished looking at wishing upon a star and dream weaver. Alchemy of the mind, engage in mental alchemy, transform negative thoughts into positive ones, harness the power of your mind to manifest your intentions and create your desired reality. So have you necessarily, or you may have even been unwittingly calling in love. And again, it could be like one of these days in a far off, whatever. We got a lot of us have divine counterparts in our vortex that we asked for way back, whatever, and wasn't even really paying attention to it because we get so used to the idea of being alone and be like, ah, nah, nah. See, a lot of it's true. You don't use your skills like you should. A lot of your dreams come true. Yeah. And somewhere down the line, whether you're actively trying to call in a partner or not, it looks like somewhere down the line you put a divine counterpart in your vortex, and they might be getting ready to pop up out the vortex into reality. I'm just saying. Sacred union, honor sacred unions today. Celebrate the connections that nourish your soul, whether with loved ones, nature, or the divine. Find joy in the bonds that transcend time and space. So this isn't necessarily romantic, but it could be. But truthfully, even before you get to the divine counterpart, kingdom spouse thing, if you've been in that Lone Ranger kind of solo dolo energy for a while, you're probably going to be calling in soul family first and foremost to get used to not being so alone, alone, alone all the time anymore. So that could be a lot of what this is about too. Radiant presence, shine your light brightly today. Your presence has the power to illuminate the lives of others. Be a source of warmth, kindness, and positivity wherever you go. And notice the synchronistic flow. Notice the synchronicities guiding your path today. Trust in the meaningful coincidences that align with your intentions and dreams. Embrace the flow of synchronicity. So yeah, that's why I said these cards just so happen to have these images of these people that appear to be coming together. which that I'm not saying it can't be that, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but you calling in major soul family, you're in the middle of this upgrade, and at the end of that road, I think it may actually wind up having a little something to do with a counterpart. Success is here, and underestimated is here. Hidden secrets, all of that's coming out the bottom of the deck, so you don't see it, but you will. And what's off the top here? God's ambassador. Highly ranked in the spiritual world. You have a big mission on earth. Not only are you a miracle, one is on its way to you. Yeah, like I said, highly ranked in the spiritual world. So Douglas, good job. Keep it going. I mean, like I said, you've been alone for a while, and you may still be alone a while yet, but it's not gonna stay that way. Your ancestors are cooking up something for you. Half the battle was kind of understanding who and what you needed to get out of your life, and then doing the healing work around that. I mean, I know you're okay with it, but sometimes we still have to go back and reflect and do the energetic work around those things a couple of times to get like a different perspective on that, on the energy shift, why it was necessary, what we benefited from it. Not because when we first separate from it, it's just about acknowledging the pain. It hurts. I got to get that rock out of my shoe, so these people are out of my life. But then later on, the more we go back and reflect on it, we can actually see the blessing in the lesson. Yeah, it still kind of hurts, but we understand why it was necessary, and we can get to a point of appreciation to see that as uncomfortable as that lesson was, it was lining me up for something better. I've been going through repeating lessons of narcissism or codependency or whatever it is. So that was truthfully, even as uncomfortable as it was, that was probably a high level karmic soulmate. Yeah, karmic, but they were still a high level soulmate taking me through my paces on that lesson. Please and thank you. And then I graduated from it, and now I'm ready to move on to something else, kind of deal. But yeah, so it is what it is. That's just, we have to shift our perspectives on this journey. That's all we can do. It feels good. Yep. Sometimes we have to reboot. Exactly. Exactly. And each one, it's not even just a straight reboot. It looks like a reboot in the middle of an upgrade. Like, say, you do the upgrade, like on the phones. We get them upgrades, and then we have to reboot before the upgrades can fully take place. So you got it. You got it. You got exactly the right idea. All right, dear one. That was kind of fun. So let's keep going. And next up, we've got Brittany. You still here, Brittany? You're welcome, Douglas. You are so very welcome. Brittany Alpin, if you're here, please speak up. If not, Joshua Balmares, you're up next. Brittany or Joshua? Phoenix, if you're here, don't go nowhere, because if one of them doesn't answer soon, it'll be you. Shoxy, same for you. Don't go nowhere. Oh, there we go, Phoenix. Never mind. Any good news? Oh, Joshua. Okay, Joshua's first, and then if Brittany hasn't answered by then, it'll be you, Phoenix. For you, is what should you do in life? Okay, let's take a look. What should he do? What should he do? You mean as far as a career change, spiritually? I mean, because that's kind of broad, but let me know what you got in mind, Joshua. Are you looking for spiritual direction, career advice, love life? Oh, thank you, Mermaid. Appreciate you. Well, you know what? If you, unless you tell me something specific, Joshua, I'm gonna start looking kind of just kind of like you're a little lost yourself in yourself specifically. I was about to say I think spiritually is where we need to go first. Then definitely. Mm, okay. This might give us a little of life direction and with kind of sort of focused on the spiritual, but this reading usually kind of works out pretty well. Ooh. Joshua, tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth is your first card out at the heart of your spread. Now, what's the thing that could potentially stand in your way? A partnership for the new age. It's time to welcome it. What's going on with your angels and guides in the bridge? Re-energize in the natural world. Let your inner hunter or huntress take rest. So you doing too much a little bit in the ascension area. Sometimes it's not about what we can do and push into place. It's what we can allow. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path. So yeah, you got. And I know we're gonna get there to try to figure out what that exactly means. So don't worry. Just shit. What's this jumping up out of here? The lotus within you awakens. You are a master and light on high. So you're in the middle of a train. Look, and again, that's a super common theme here, no matter what deck I pull, because of the soul tribe that I know I'm reading for and have set intention for and are calling in. You are in the middle of a spiritual awakening, transformation. I'm not sure exactly where you at in your journey, but we'll find out. Enter the temple of your truth and learn to value it. Maybe you're in the process of kind of rebooting or examining some of your belief systems, shutting down some of the old belief systems, and kind of tuning. It's for sure if you on this channel or my other channel, Modern Mystic Messages. If you align with those channels, you are for sure in the midst of adjusting your belief systems for because that's what we all about over there. Wait a minute, what's this card right here? I'm gonna see what jumps out. I know I like it when they jump out though. Then I don't have to second guess. Ooh. A message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to reach, to find and touch you. Ooh, and normally I would not have even tried to pull an eighth card out this deck, but since it came, we're gonna take it. A light-filled angel is at your side. It wishes, it watches over you at every dark doorway. So that came out here. They doubling down on the fact that you do have some spiritual direction here. So I love that. Awesome. Oh no! And like she was saying, Joshua, if you go to the home page of this channel and scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a section that says "My Other Channel." On Modern Mystic Messages, that is not a tarot channel anymore. We talk about spirituality, and kind of unplugging from the matrix, reprogramming our spiritual belief systems to a degree, and we back it up. We do examine it through the lens of the scriptures, but we also go to the ancient text and kind of look at it from both ends into the middle. The how is in the now. So tearing down the wall around your heart says, what has your intuition been trying to tell you? You've been receiving signs of synchronicities, whether you understood what it was telling you or not. You've been getting them. The numbers probably been flashing at you. If not, you've been getting song synchronicities or something. You have never seen my second channel? Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, but you're not here by accident, so I would highly encourage you to at least check it out. Interesting. This deck wasn't even over here with that, and this guy. We're gonna definitely take a look at this card because Spiritual Decree popped out of the middle of this is a completely different deck of cards, but that card came out of it, so we're definitely gonna save that one. I was planning on pulling from it anyway, but yeah. Oh yeah, definitely called here. There ain't no mistakes. I got less than 200 people members on this channel, so you have to be here by divine appointment. It's not a mistake. Everyone is on their own journey. How can you focus more on your own path? That's the question here with this partnership for the new age. Let me see. You are the joy seeker. What little victories can you celebrate? When you get out in nature, it will teach you to be more joyful, more appreciative, more open. And I know we're coming up on that fall of the year. It might not, might not be all that comfortable to be out in nature, depending on where you live right now. But to whatever degree you can, spend more time in nature. Oh yeah, everything definitely happens for a reason. Oh, there we go. It says the time is with the time is right. Seize the day. We have it's all in divine order. Allow. How can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? And what do we have here with the lotus within you awakens? The collective field is impacting you. Unseen forces in action. How can you relinquish control of the situation that feels blocked? Like I said, you in this awakening, just allow it. It ain't really like I don't think you could stop it if you wanted to at this point. We're undergoing a massive awakening on the planet, period. But those of the chosen that are due to awaken, and honestly, I saw it the other day. I was liking us what we do here on this channel or on my other channel to being like the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar awake, like going by and picking up folks that are just beginning to wake up in the matrix. That's what we're here for. So definitely the field, like I said, the unified field is responding to you, reacting with you. Your guides are reacting with you through the other side of the veil, what have you, however you want to see it. Let's see, enter the temple of your truth. We have out of the woods, you've made it through. What newness is emerging? Your truth. And then a message is trying to reach you. What's up with that? Prioritize self-love and care. When do you feel most nurtured and cared for? So, ooh, that's a big message from Spirit. And when I said something earlier about you doing too much, it might mean you're taking care of other folks and stuff a little more than yourself. Maybe you're being called to be kinder to yourself or be more mindful of taking care of yourself, either physically, emotionally, or spiritually, whichever applies to you. Hey, Miss Yates, greetings to you, soul family. What's up? What's up? Ooh, we had two pop out here at the end too. With this other card here, a light filled angel is at your side. Oh wow, yeah. Great awakening came here. Walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? And that came with you can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What belief is limiting you, Joshua? Oh, hey, Joe. Welcome, welcome. So now let's take a little peeky peek at some tarot to see how this lines up. Ace of Swords. Wow. Truth. The how is in the now. And Spirit say that's the truth. The Ace of Swords in any reading is straight up confirmation, realization, all of that. That is like Spirit putting the hammer down on it. And what's with this partnership for the new age? And everyone being on their own journey. Now, this is a new idea. This is kind of developing for you. The Page of Wands came out here, which is the wands are ideas. So this is something that's fairly new for you. You don't have to have all the answers at this time. It's just about kind of opening up to the idea and being aware of it, that there is potentially a partnership coming in for you. It may not be what you expect. You're probably still in the midst of your own transformation. So that may be why that person may not even be on your horizon at this point, but that's okay too. It's just making you aware of it. Um, or you may have somebody in your life right now. Don't even know if that's the person that's going to do the whole ride with you, but there's something about some kind of a relationship upgrade that it might be in your future. So just be aware. With this re-energizing in the natural world and being the joy seeker, you have the hangman here, which is all about you. You see how they hang it? That hangman is willfully hanging upside down for the specific purpose of getting a different point of view. So out here re-energizing in the natural world will help you do that too, give you that different perspective and help you step into joy. Let me see what the time is right and it's all being in divine order. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, Six of Wands. Something that's going to lead to some kind of forward progression. Six of Wands is typically success with some kind of recognition, usually public recognition. So maybe you victory with success is where spirit is heading you to and wanting you to kind of wake you up and shake you up. This divine order is ultimately leading to some kind of success for you. Maybe you're a little too hard on yourself. You got low self-esteem because of having erythrodermic psoriasis where it affects your whole body. Yeah. And honestly, here's the thing though. By spirit making you aware of a potential partner, like I say, it ain't like you got to go out there next week. It's more of you continuing to focus on your spiritual healing, your leveling up. And for a lot of us, I know I'm expecting some physical upgrades too. It may be something when you get more tuned into whatever the upgrades and downloads and whatever is coming down the pike for you. There may very well be some point in time where you might actually have um, some kind of physical healing as well, especially if you tapping into angelic direction in your soul family. Archangel Michael works with a lot of us. Yeshua works for a lot with a lot of us. Call in Raphael. He is the great healer. I mean, Yeshua they call a great teacher, but Raphael is all about healing. You may, in meditation, getting out in touch with nature or whatnot, you might be directed and led to natural healing things that can help clear up your skin. And I don't know what is going to work for you to maybe even in doing your spiritual baths and stuff. When you start doing your salt baths or magnesium salt flake baths and whatnot, it may help that clear up. Because for real, I have heard people say, now I use in my salt baths, I use Dead Sea, the magnesium flakes, but I have heard people talking about using magnesium flakes to help with skin conditions as well. I mean, you're using it for the spiritual bath, that aspect of it. I don't know if that's what's going to work for you, but I'm just saying, in focusing on you for right now, it may be spirit kind of guiding you by little degrees, little degrees, little degrees, not only to the spiritual evolution, but then working with your guides towards your DNA upgrades, your physical upgrades, your spiritual upgrades, and then like I say, you being prepared for a divine counterpart as well as the other. And here's the thing: psoriasis, dermatitis, whatever it is you got going on, at the end of the day, when somebody loves you, they're going to love you down to your dirty socks regardless. I know you're self-conscious about it. A lot of us got stuff. I have people that come in here and don't have nothing better to do in my live streams than come in here and talk about my weight. And do you know I have a man in my life that is so fine to death, gorgeous, till when he first started trying to talk to me, I thought he was trolling me because I couldn't believe that he was serious. But he's been in my life for a decade now. And at the end of the day, he supports my idea to get healthier and lose weight. But whether my weight is up, down, yo-yoing, whether I'm being lazy, hurting, back hurt in the gym, he wouldn't give a damn if I don't never lose another pound. He simply loves who I am. He sees my heart. And your divine counterpart will see your heart. So you don't have to be flexed out worrying and stressing about whether or not your counterpart is going to like your skin condition. I get it. And I'm not saying that it doesn't bother you, because my roommate has some kind of seborrheic dermatitis, I think is his that thing, and he's forever trying something new and this and that. And I made like a black soap thing to see if it was going to help him. So I definitely understand being self-conscious about it, but honey, don't that's the least of your worries right now. All right, the very least of your worries. You say you hate when the trolls come for me. It honestly though, it don't even bother me. It like, I mean, when they start in on the lies about religion, that bothers me more than anything. When they just talking about the gap in my teeth or what I look like or my weight, that don't bother me in the slightest, because I know it's genuinely a truly miserable somebody that's gonna get up off of their time to come into a stranger's house to say hateful things to them specifically for the purpose of hurting them. Like I said the other day, that's like they're sipping the poison but expecting me to get sick. In fact, I think I posted on, I think it was on the other channel. I posted a comment, a short reel from CJ Weber that was talking about haters and trolls and stuff. I've really gotten to a point that I kind of sort of feel sorry for him, for real. You say it's showing you that you do that what you are doing is working. Yeah. You say your husband has psoriasis. You call it his superpower because he has an amazing immune system. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, the struggles in life are meant to help us get stronger and learn. Yup, yup. And they give us compassion for people that are going through things too, whether you firmly ever beat that issue or not. But yeah, the trolls, yeah, they are confirmation that something you're doing is right, because they're just so miserable that, and truthfully, some of them, they got to be lonely, because the point that CJ was bringing out, real people with real lives and stuff going on in their life, they don't go out of their way to be hateful and nasty to people. They got too much going on in their lives. It would be a waste of their time, their own personal time. They respect their own time too much to go out of their way to waste their time to go hurt somebody else's feelings. Real people with anything going on in their lives do not do that. Think about it. That mean girl energy, when you find a nice, nasty, mean girl, that's somebody who's super insecure about their stuff. A person that's confident in their lives is not going to just walk up and just insult a stranger. They're miserable. Yeah, you're exactly. But we got Hierophant energy here too. So there's definitely something. We got the Hangman here and the Hierophant with the success period. You are being called up because the Hierophant is like the spiritual holy man. It has to do with like traditions and all of all of that good stuff. Not saying you got to be in a church or a pew, because again, we're definitely waking up and out of that. But there's something in Hierophant energy that has to do with traditional systems, and you are in the middle of dismantling and reestablishing your belief system. So yeah, definitely cool that that's showing up. Ooh, and magician energy. I'm loving that. Wow. Yep, you said out of the woods you made it through, entering the temple of your truth. You, like I said, as above, so below. You're gonna reach a point of spiritual evolution that you manifest. And then we got the King of Pentacles here. Wow. So prioritizing self love and care. That's awesome. Wait a minute. You said one person you know said that they're just jealous of how you can be yourself and something about being afraid of. Yeah. Because if they love themselves, they would never do that. I've never seen a healthy, balanced individual. It's like I got one clown that has literally like 5 or 6 times. Every time I go live on my other channel, they come up in there and ask me for $5. Their own self esteem should stop them from begging some the same individual. It's literally over 1 million channels on YouTube. And at any given point in time, there's probably about 100 channels live at any given hour of the day. All you got to do is get in the live stream section and keep scrolling, and you'll just find live after live after live any hour of the day. Why would you come in there 5 or 6 times in a row on a tiny little channel like mine just to be a disruptor to beg for $5? My pride would stop me from making myself look stupid doing that? But yeah, learn who you are as a beautiful person that you are on the inside, whatever you got going on. And trust me, a lot of people, as far as I know, I think all of the psoriasis and dermatitises and things like that are immune system issues to a degree. Even though you have an otherwise healthy immune system, possibly, it's some kind of a reaction. But considering all of the chemical overload we have in our water, in our clothes, in our air supply, in our foods, all the GMOs and the this and the that and the medication cross ups and all of that other stuff. It's a wonder that all of us ain't walking around. It's a wonder that we're surviving, period. So that's one of the reasons I said, I mean, I don't want to use it for a forever excuse. I'm still gonna have to do some drastic means to get my weight down. But years ago, my daughter asked me, was like, Mama, why are you heavy? You eat less than all of us. Why are you heavy? My body can't take the stuff no more. I'm so almost all of the chemical additives in foods now cause extreme, extreme, extreme inflammation in me. I mean, to the point that if I just eat whatever I want, even if I'm eating otherwise healthy using the sauces and like prepared sauces and stuff like that, I would literally gain about anywhere between 7 and 10 pounds in the course of a weekend. That's not actual weight. That's inflammation. It's not possible for a human being to put on 10 real pounds in 3 days. That's inflammation, right? And I know that our toxic overload is about to take us out. So spirit will little by little, whatever is in your specific case, will help you get healthier and healthier. And it may or may not ever completely go away, but again, it don't matter if it don't. We're finishing out your spread. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. Wow. I ain't even realized what all had flipped over here. I saw one card here. I saw the Ace of Wands. So I'm thinking, oh, that's pretty good. That's wow. You can change your results by shifting your beliefs and great awakening, walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. He came here with the Ace of Wands. That's another truth card and the great ideas. It's like a gift from the divine. But we finished out here with Temperance, angelic direction and protection. The Emperor, that's showing enough coming into your manifestation power. You got Emperor and Magician energy here. That's spiritual authority. An alchemist, as above, so below, in the sun. The sun is literally the happiest card in the deck. You don't get no better than this. So I want to find out about this spiritual decree. And I'm so sorry, y'all, the rest of y'all, we are taking a few minutes here because I definitely wanted Joshua. This is his first reading, and the cards are super talky for him tonight. You said what you love about yourself is that you can get along with a lot of people or vibe with them easily. Yeah. And that's what I say, is you start calling in soul family, ain't nobody studying about none of that stuff, child. Because we all got something. And quite a lot, seriously, a lot of the chosen have a lot of physical ailments and things to deal with, whether it's arthritis or physical whatever. They've been through a lot, have battled addictions, have battled all kinds of stuff. Okay, so definitely there's no need for you to feel like the Lone Ranger or any of the rest of that. When you start calling in Soul Family, you'll find a lot of empathy because we've been through a lot of stuff. But that's part of the reason we've been through so much. We walked those difficult paths so that we would have, I think it was allowed to happen to us or for us so that we would have more empathy for people that are going through things, because as we awaken, we're going to be asked to light the way and put a hand out to help those others that are awakening behind us. I want to end up for you with these. The first card that came out here is Spiritual Decree. So I'm definitely going to take a look here. It says, you have been wondering what will happen next in your life, not realizing how much power you have to decide that for yourself. What do you wish to have happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthrights of free will, voice, and empowerment to set cosmic wheels in motion? If your answer is yes, then it is time to speak your hope, speak your truth to the universe, decree it, and you shall be it. You have been praying for help, asking for a map, and wanting directions. You are wise in the ways of the receptive, responsive approach to life. It is spiritually mature to trust the greater guiding power of the divine to direct your course, and yet the wishes in your heart are part of how that happens. Divine destiny is not something that just happens to you, but it is something that you co-create as a living spiritual being with free will and divine love beating in your heart. You are being honored for your ability to ask for guidance and wait for signs. You are also being asked to set intention and develop faith in yourself, to trust in what your heart yearns for, what you love so much that you're willing to go through the discomfort of growth to see it come to life. It's time for you to have the experience of seeing your intention blossom into manifestation. Wow. Wow, Joshua. Yeah, you ain't gave me permission to call you Josh yet, but wow. All right. Wow. And then we have the family of light here. So let's see. And that, like I said, that one hitchhiked all the way into a whole different deck and jumped out. So that one definitely Spirit wanted you to hear that one. Mermaid. Oh, right, mermaid. He don't know. I got my stuff going on. Cece got. We all, like I said, we all got something going on. We are wounded warriors, but we warriors nonetheless. Yeah. So yeah, welcome. We hope you'll stick around. I'm about to say, I can't say you, we're not going to let go of you now because we don't have no choice. You could leave at any moment. But I will invite you, if you email me at my email address is on the About page. It's modernmysticmessages@gmail.com. I will send you a link to our WhatsApp group so that you can always kind of stay in touch with some of the folks in the Soul family if you want that support there. You say you're still kicking, you afraid? You said to yourself you wouldn't want to make it, you wouldn't pass 15, change to 16 to 17. You're 18. Okay, see? Yeah, come on over there to the Soul family. All of us ain't ancient. I mean, yeah, I'm old enough to be your mama and you probably your grandmama too, but there are some folks that are fairly young. I think we got a couple 25-year-olds in the group. So there's always like different folks and different all sorts of folks in the group that I think we share really encouraging information. You're 22, awesome. There you go. See, there you go. Family of light here, the limits that much of humanity place on their love, that they will love their own family, country, religion, or community better than they love those on the outside, do not restrain your heart. You are capable of loving humanity, of loving all creation on earth as an extended spiritual family. You will love all as your own. You are meant to belong to a broader family of light. Ooh, While some souls have incarnated to learn about us and them, others have purpose of teaching unconditional, all-embracing love. You are one of these. You have taken life to love the many, not just the few. For this purpose, to be anchored, issues in your biological family may keep you from bonding with them in a typical way. Perhaps you were the odd one out in your family, the one whom no one really understood. Perhaps you felt loved but couldn't live the way your family seemed comfortable to live. Maybe you lost family members through divorce, disease, depression, and death, or through addiction and emotional immaturity that left you disconnected from key family members. If your father figure was absent, whilst you must do the emotional work to heal, to process that pain, understanding the purpose of that absence for your own spiritual connection to remain intact, pure, and powerful. If your mother figure was absent, whilst you are advised to do the emotional work to process that pain, understand the purpose of that absence for you to look beyond your immediate family to find your place and find yourself belonging to and being devoted to the entire human race. Wow, Josh. See, there we go. Yeah, I'm ticking. I'm still ticking on. I still feel well. My knees and my back don't feel 35, but I feel 35. My driver's license say I'm 57, but it is what it is. Spiritual decree. You have been wondering what will happen. Nope, we already talked about that one, didn't we? That was the first one. Then the family of light, and then initiation by fire was the third one. My bad. Initiation by fire is a life changing spiritual cleansing. Your life will never be the same again. Allow the power of divine fire to clear and purify you inside and out. This is not a time to hold on to anything, no matter how much you once believed you needed it. In letting go, you will gain so much more than you ever imagined, opening to fresh blessings and new life. You are, like the phoenix, ready to emerge from the holy flames, reborn. You have the spirit of the phoenix in you. You are able to rise again and again, even if at times all seems lost. You are guided to remember this as you are now being spiritually cleansed through initiation by fire. During such times, you will feel that you are being asked to let go of relationships, situations, sometimes even jobs, attitudes, and belief systems that you have relied upon until this point. You might have unintentionally placed more faith in that person, place, belief system, or identity than you placed in the divine. You might have held on to them rather than allowing the divine to guide you. This can happen easily in the earth plane. Sometimes these attachments become confining rather than supportive. In such cases, you will need to free yourself to continue your life journey. During the initiation by fire, all such attachments are burned away. A new life is a blessing, but that doesn't mean it's easily won. Sometimes the process can be challenging to the mind, even whilst the heart trusts in what is taking place. Whatever has been your stronghold in life, such as family, a marriage, job security, a talent, or something that you have used to define your sense of self, will, will be there when the fire burns brightest. Those areas will be transformed. Letting go and allowing this to happen to the very parts of your life that are most protective, that you are most protective of, can require deep faith. You have to remember that love is real so that you can hold on to your courage whilst you let go and allow the divine to have its way. Remember that the power of fire is destructive only in part. It also stimulates rapid new growth. Healing will arise in whatever is being transformed. It is not only an ending, but also a beginning. Awesome. You said the hack. Oh, wait a minute. You like what the card says about you? Oh, cool. Hey, Samantha. Welcome in. All right. Well, that is your reading, dear one. So, congratulations. And honestly, folks just like you and all the rest of these good folks are exactly why I do what I do. So, I'm glad that we were able to get a message here for you and get you a spiritual hug from spirit, because that's basically what this amounts to. You're on the path. Most of us are on the path before we even know there is a path. But yeah, you're in the right place at the right time. And it's going to continue unfolding for you. Don't worry about that. I'm glad. I'm glad you liked it. It was, yeah. We have been having some pretty good readings tonight. All right, all right. Next up, what we got? Brittany A, if you back in the building, it's your turn. If not, Phoenix, where you at, Phoenix? And while y'all do that, I need to excuse myself for just a moment. I gotta take a pause for the cause. I'll be right back, y'all. Hang in there. All right. Thank you for your patience, y'all. Bear with me 1 second while I get myself back up to speed here. Get some incense going. All right. I know, Natalie, I know it's 10, but I'm going to go ahead on. Everybody that's on the list here, I'm going to stick around and take care of. That's why I closed it. I won't take any more. But yeah. You said anything, any good news coming in for you love wise? Phoenix, are you still with me? First and foremost, that's the first thing I want to ask. And then we're going to look in your love situation, see what's going on over there. Like being a little nosy in the love department sometimes. Uh, whoa. Oh, there you go. Okay, good. I'm glad you're still here. And yeah, Joshua, let me see. What did Douglas have to say? I'm being nosy now. Joshua, if you tune into some of our other stuff, I may talk about some skincare stuff because I do a little thing with black soap. I'm gonna have to get with these other folks, but I may talk about that either on in the WhatsApp group or on a video. I haven't started selling it yet, but I don't mind telling people how to make it because truthfully, at the end of the day, I figured out it is cheaper for people to buy it from me than it is to make their own batches because it will last forever. But buying all the individual ingredients for it, the vast majority of people are not going to want to do that because they would literally wind up spending $100 or more on. I mean, you can make shorter versions of it, but it's a black soap based product that I used years ago that helped clear. My son has acne real bad, adult acne, and it helped clear his skin up really, really well. Um, so I don't know if it would help you or not, and unfortunately, my roommate has been kind of slack on using the batch that I just made recently. So I can't even say equivocally what kind of results he's getting with his dermatitis. But I mean, he's been dealing with his for years and years. So, oh, you were dozing off? I'm so sorry. We're going to get in here. My bad. Yeah, we're getting in here. Let's see what's going on. Are you currently with somebody and wanting to find out what's coming, or are you just looking for love and kind of wanting to know what's on the horizon? You want to see what's coming? Okay. Oh, I got a moth in here. That's interesting. All right, all right. There's a person in mind, but you want to just see if he comes out. Okay. Let's see. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, Joshua. All right, all right. See you another time. Have a good one. Hey, M666. Yeah, I know. I just said, hey, but I'm not even going to entertain foolishness. So that's why I saw it and just left it sit there. Ooh. Phoenix, we got sabotage and rebuild, persistent and working on it, repairing. I don't know what that means just yet, but we're going to find out. Ship here, cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression, and arriving. With camera, reminiscing, making memories, learning from the past. Let's see what else comes out of here. Blowing kisses. Okay, unconditional love, fairness, giving and receiving. Maybe. Hammer, ship, camera, and blowing kisses. Does he have kind of a wishy-washy kind of energy happening here? Because, I mean, it's like, unconditional love, or is it talking about your energy versus their energy? Cutting ties, moving on, having gotten what you needed and going on, or repairing and working on it kind of could kind of go either way. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Mr. Wishy-washy. Confusion. All seekers of truth will experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide those answers you need. That's what we ask in universe. What's going on with this person? Ooh. Let go. Some things are best let go and let the universe work it out in its divine time. But then I have marriage and happy here. So I honestly think this is a split between, because I'm seeing it's literally coming out like, oh, here it is, wishy-washy, sabotage, kind of working on it, energy over here, and then unconditional love, marriage, and happy over here. So it's kind of, to me, it's saying that you can have it, but I don't think it's with this person. I really don't think it's with this person. It says speed up and chase the results you want, but not the person, the results. So if you, and it's so hard, if we want something, we want the person that we thought that first little feeling came attached to. And so we get so into the notion of it having to be with this particular person that sometimes we don't really want to hear nothing else. But sometimes rejection is God's protection and God's redirection sometimes. I'm just saying. But we're going to pull some more to see. We're going to pull some more. I'm not going to try to formulate an answer off of 2 decks of cards, but let's see what we got here. What's with this dude, Spirit? What's with this dude? No. With an exclamation point came up out the deck. I'm so sorry. We're going to keep going though. Let go. Is it here again? All right. Well, if she let go, if Phoenix lets go of this, what's coming up? If Phoenix lets go, let's try that. If she let go and heal from this situation, what's up? What's up, Spirit? Come on. What we got? Ask your angels came out. Let's see. Recovery. Well, we ask about the healing. If you believe, not the right time, in the near future, meditation brings answers. There's something better. Yes. And then another yes with an exclamation. It's up to you. Remain positive. Okay. So let's see here. Let's take a look. The list is closed for the day, Abdul Aziz. I'm so sorry. I'm already past the time for my live stream to end. I'm just working on the folks that was already on the list. You'll have to come in at the beginning of the live stream or towards the beginning and get on the list next time I come live. So if you might want to subscribe to the channel and set for notifications so that when I go live, you'll get notice of it. Healing is here, Phoenix. I'm going through a process of healing and restoration so I can be in optimal health again, emotionally as well. So I honestly think that we done got let go out of here twice. I really think that your ideal love scenario is not going to be found with this person. It's going to be in letting that go and actually genuinely healing, removing your energy, reclaiming yourself, and getting what you're really supposed to have. Destiny is here. Trust that the universe will guide us toward each other, weaving a tapestry of chance meetings and shared experiences that will lead us to our destined connection. So yeah, I don't think that this one is it. Yeah, next time. Today is Monday. I should be back on Wednesday evening. So if you want to subscribe to the channel and set for notifications, I'll be coming on 7 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. Okay. We got learning here. Unavailable. I'm currently in a relationship with the wrong person, but I'll find my way to you eventually. And we share an interest in learning and gaining knowledge. Could we meet in an educational setting like a class or seminar? Awakening. I'm going through a spiritual awakening right now. I'm transforming into the person I've chosen to become. And I honestly think that's the case for a lot of us. Our people, we haven't gotten in lined up with yet because we're still becoming. We're being prepared for them like they're being prepared for us. Let's see. Calling in your soulmate is at the bottom of this deck, but I hadn't shuffled it yet. But you can't really call in your soulmate if you're trying to call in one that don't really belong to you. And that happens to a lot of us too. They be done walked away and we be so dead set on getting them back because I loved him and him smelled so good and I miss him and all those other things that we tell ourselves and trying to hold on to something we should be done got rid of or let go of, and it keeps our actual partners from coming in. Separation, the time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Where you got that going on right now, but we're trying to find out about the one coming in. Bump all of that about the we get this on the other one. What's coming in? Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So maybe somebody will be coming along that you'll be able to actually get to know, heart to heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. You'll notice this other energy gonna feel different. It says keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So trying to tell you, be on the lookout. But first, like I said, I wouldn't even be on the lookout right this minute. You got to heal from this thing that you're asking about, because if you still care enough to be getting readings or trying to see and look into all of that with this one, then you really got to release that and heal around that first and then see where it takes you. But let's look at your cards. Ooh, the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck. Let's see if we can get kind of a message on you specifically, and then maybe a bit about your situation. The Moon. So you need to, yeah, you don't see this stuff coming. You got to tap more into your intuition. This isn't just about what you want on the surface level. This is about genuinely tapping into your intuition and listening to your spidey sense, the things that thing that sent you to the readings trying to get answers. Kind of sort of when you do that, you already kind of sort of know the answer. Read it, because tarot readings are not really for answers, they're for confirmations. So I'm really not telling you anything that you don't know. The fact that y'all aren't together currently, you might kind of sort of on one part, you want it back, but you also kind of sort of know it's not really that healthy. You just want to know, is it going to work out? Basically, is he going to get his shit together so that I can have him back in my life? Well, sometimes the answer to that is no. And he might get it together, but probably for somebody else. And that's okay too. That's not a personal reflection on you. Oh, yeah, no, I'm seeing Page of Swords energy and Five of Swords. This is a very conflicting, immature type energy. This is not what you want to build a life with. I'm sorry. A page is just the beginning. I mean, the action takers, the thoughts of communication. Look at this. He can barely even pick his sword up. This is not mature energy. That's just the beginning, tail end of the information. If you're going to stand and do the spiritual work and level up and be standing your divine feminine energy, you don't want a page. At minimum, you want a king. At minimum. Preferably an emperor or a magician, but at minimum, a king. And Five of Swords is just straight up conflict. It's not bringing you no peace. You've planted some seeds, but now are they going to be able to genuinely take root with this? No. That's rocky soil, honey. It's not going to grow in that. Three of Swords, heartbreak. Yeah, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but that's... And then the Lovers. But truthfully, it fell out upside down here. So it came out of the deck in the reverse. And I don't even have this deck set for reversals, but it came out this deck in the reverse. So not saying that you can't have Lovers energy, but in order for me to get it upright, I had to literally flip it over and move it on this other stack. Because when it fell out on top of this Five of Swords, Page of Swords, Three of Swords, it fell out the deck in reverse. Four of Wands, it came out again. It came out in reverse too. That's why I said it in order. Yeah. In your current energy, no. This what I'm pulling now is what's coming for you later on. Let's see, because again, most of this deck, yeah. But I'm gonna try it this way. What's this? Yep, transformation. The Death card is here. You got to have a rebirth. You're in the middle of it, so it ain't even like you. I'm saying you got to have it. It's happening. It's just you got to go through it. And what's at the bottom of this deck? Once you allow that, King of Pentacles. Yeah, you want a king at minimum, but you can't get it in this current energy because he's not a king. Oop, King of Swords popped out here too. So King of Pentacles, King of Swords is what's potentially coming for you if you're willing to let go of that page. Two of Wands. I think you're going to do it though. Movement. Ooh, there's a progression here. Two of Wands, Three of Wands was peeking up out of here. So from you got to make a decision to do this, and then this is the movement towards it. What's over here? The Hierophant. That's like your official systems, religious systems, that sort of thing. The world. The Magician. Yeah. If you allow this transformation, it'll go much better for you. I think you're headed somewhere in life spiritually that this other dude just can't go. He's not able to sit at your table because he ain't spiritually qualified for where you being led to become. Even if you're not there yet, what you are evolving into, he can't sit at your table. You got star energy slid up out this deck. Is he worthy of a star? Did he treat you like he was worthy of a star before? Probably not. I'm just saying. It would be my guess. My answer, my guess to that would be no. So I wish I could tell you different, but I'm not seeing reconciliation with him. I'm seeing healing and getting over him so that you can have what Spirit really wants you to have, which is way better. You don't see it now because you just know what you think you want now. But I'm telling you, you're going to get over that person, and what Spirit and your ancestors got for you is going to be way better than this energy that I'm looking at right here. You got to let go of that one. Okay. All right. Let's see. We took care of Joshua. That was taking care of Phoenix. Rafa, if you're here, Sakshi, uh, Jathwani, Jathwani, Sakshi Jathwani, are you here? Or Janice Washington, are you here? Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a second here just to see if Rafa or Sakshi Jathwani show up. We're gonna give it about another 30 seconds for them to put something in the lineup. No, but if don't go nowhere, Joe, because if Sakshi or Rafa don't respond, Janice is next, and then you would be next after Janice. Okay. Janice, if you go ahead and put your question in the chat, because I don't see either Sakshi or Rafa responding. So, a general for you? Okay. All right, all right. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to get some of these cards off the table so they don't get in the way. And then we'll get rolling. Hmm. Hmm. Might come back to those. I don't know. Feeling it. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Navin, how are you? Welcome, welcome. The list is closed for today, Navin, but I would encourage you to stick around. You probably will get a message anyway. Lots of folks tell me that they get their message regardless of whether I'm specifically pulling for them or not. That's just kind of the way it works out with spirit sometimes. All right, Miss Janice, let's see what we got here. Belief systems are here, conditioning, expectations, conformity, evaluating long-held beliefs and awakening. We got a summer timing card here, activity, goals, progress, new patterns. Ooh, and the fate or the wheel of fortune, dharma, karma cycles, divine interventions, divine detours. Have you noticed a specific shift in your, like the thoughts or patterns you're receiving around meditation or whatnot since summertime, or maybe within the past 3, 4, 5 months or so? Your belief systems are changing, what you're interested in kind of shifting. If you haven't, you will soon by next summer for sure. But it looks like you're entering into Dharma season, but you are undergoing some kind of a revamping or evolution in your belief systems. And again, you're here on this channel, so I know something happening because you're on this channel. or not so much this one, but my other channel. South Node, comfort zone, resistance, fear of the new, clinging to old ways or situations. Oh, so maybe Spirit is saying maybe you may not be just yet, but you're being called to shift some of your belief systems. Release, purge, surrender, emotional release, clearing, walking away. Yeah. And then truth and expression, a new perspective, seeing the truth, clear action, honesty, and communication. What's here at the top? That's some with keys on the ring. It's not necessarily anything we need to deal with. Okay. And trust me, changing our belief systems, there's so many layers to it. It's not an instant process. I look, I know there's a lot of people, especially those that have put themselves in guru status. We'll hear a lot of people tell their story, oh, it was so terrible and life was going so hard for them and they was at the end of their rope and thinking about unaliving themselves. And then all of a sudden, this one particular night, they had this massive epiphany and then they suddenly had all the answers to everything in the universe. I'm not saying it didn't happen that way for them. I'm saying it doesn't happen that way for most of us, because there's levels to it. So even what you thought you saw and understood, the epiphany that you had 6 months ago, you may go into another layer and another level of understanding of it, and going back through it something again and again, because our belief systems start being hardwired into us from birth. From birth to age 7, our brains operate in theta, which is a pre-hypnotic state. That is our downloading phase, where everything we see and know and believe to be true about life kind of gets coded into us. That's where most of us, our initial spiritual systems are laid down, how we look at family, how we begin to see relationships, how we feel about ourselves, our bodies, our sexuality, how we feel about early, like rudimentary politics, education, everything. And shifting that very often requires different levels, because we having to go back through those systems one by one and change a bunch of stuff. It's not just one thing. We think about, oh, we just got to change our religious beliefs. No, there's a lot of stuff to come along with that. A lot of stuff. Gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you're thankful for. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Ooh, that's a lot. Let me see. Detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Then we have take the high road. You're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. And then miracles. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles surround you. Be on the lookout for them. Okay. I don't know why I feel like we're supposed to get one of these, or maybe even a couple of them. Oh, let's see it. Healing the heart came off this deck first. It is what it is. And time machine. We're going to take a look at those, because It's a little interesting. We're going to start with time machine and work our way forward. The key concepts here are inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. Wow, we just talked about reprogramming. Interesting. We rely on stories we inherit from our ancestors, our families, our culture, and the world around us to construct a map of our reality. As we develop new stories in life, we build on those old foundations, repair them when we can, or tear them down to begin again. The best and most powerful traits and experiences of your ancestors are yours to integrate into your life so that you don't have to revisit their hardships or rectify their mistakes. You have a magical map with which to navigate your current circumstances. Look to the past for answers now. Ask yourself, in this situation, what can I learn from those who came before me? What traits can I emulate in order to move through this challenge with wisdom? How how can I build on what I already know and integrate this understanding? What might I do differently? Sometimes you walk blindly into traps set in the past. Perhaps you couldn't see that you were repeating a pattern until you were well in it. The best course of action here is to rest, practice self compassion, and make a conscious choice to do something differently next time. Clarity will come. Remember that if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. History repeats itself only if you allow it. The most important thing is that you're becoming aware. You can make a different choice regarding how you respond to life right now. Yes, things can be awakened and uncomfortable can be awkward and uncomfortable as old hurts are revealed and new solutions are attempted. The time is ripe for change, so keep going. Every step is important. Allies will rally, but in the end, you're the one you've been searching for. One day, you'll remember how your beautiful new story was just around the corner. Wow. All right, all right. And then we have 6. It is what it is. The key concepts are radical acceptance, engaging life on life's terms, observing circumstances and taking them at face value, recognizing and releasing resistance and denial. What happens when you look at the world? Can you see it exactly as it is or only as you assume it to be? A door closing isn't an invitation to take a battering ram to it. What if there were another door to lead you to your destiny? If you can release your attachment to getting what you want, you'll be surprised by how much energy you have for more important things. Liberated from the burden of yearning, you'll have access to what is best for all. Can you try now to accept things as they are and shift your focus and attention until that other door opens up for you? Radically accept life on life's terms. When you stop fighting against it and instead fight for what you truly desire, more of the world becomes available to you. When you are no longer in denial about what is in front of you, you will be empowered to make necessary changes with respect to yourself, your attitude, and your choices. The irony is that real transformation can happen once you surrender to the idea that things are exactly as they are meant to be. If you step back with clarity and acceptance, you'll realize that life is offering you something magical. Even if circumstances send you on a temporary detour, you'll discover treasure beyond your imagination and a new way to embrace the world. Keep this prayer in mind. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay? And then Healing the Heart is the final card out of this deck. The key concepts here are healing, making amends, willingness to release past pain, being responsible and accountable, taking time to get healthy, renewal and rebirth after suffering. When you are wounded emotionally, you need time to regroup and find your center. You may have recently endured a breakup or a betrayal or lost someone close to you or lost an affiliation that you gave too much power to. Perhaps you're watching someone go through a difficult time and feel bad that you can't help them. Maybe you're still not over a past disagreement. No matter the cause of this heartache, deep healing is called for. This happens on its own timetable and can never be rushed. The path to healing the heart centers on reciprocity, the flow of giving and receiving. Sometimes wounding occurs because we become too independent on another, and this is accompanied by the desire to manipulate or control an outcome. Both wounding and healing usually begin within, not from the outer conditions of our lives. We often believe we can be wounded only by others, but we do more damage to ourselves in the self sabotaging way we think and behave. It is important to take steps to heal yourself and become willing to release the pain of the past, which can be tempting to revisit. It's time to take responsibility for your path in the healing journey. Look for ways you can help yourself and others. Are you willing to make amendments if needed? Conversely, conversely, accept someone as they are without trying to influence their growth and progress. Healing the Healing the heart in all aspects is your priority now. Nothing else matters. Only beauty and goodness will come as the result. Wow. All right, all right. So let's get over here and see what's going on with this. Pull your little tarot and we'll get locked and loaded. Ooh, re-energizing the natural world says let your inner hunter or huntress rest. So, like I said, not so much doing, more allowing, more reflecting. Something you need to go back and take a look at. Wow. The lotus within you awakens. This is about your spiritual evolution. It's like slowing down as far as the 3D world and allowing this transformation to take place, reflecting and seeing. And that's not always easy to do. I realized the other day, and I commented in one of the live streams before. We look at folks like Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Yeshua and Buddha, and the fact that they became enlightened. Well, one of the things that all three of those have in common is that they had the financial resources backing them to be able to unplug from the workaday world and go within in the wilderness, out on sabbatical, whatever you want to call it. They were able to go into an absolute hermit mode for months at a time for meditation and spiritual leveling up. That's a lot harder to do in the workaday world where you gotta get that 9 to 5 because we had them little luxuries like groceries and rent or mortgage and car notes and braces for the kids and all of those things to deal with. So maybe that's what this re-energizing in the natural world is about. You may not be able to go off into a cave like Muhammad, peace be upon him, for 3 or 4 months at a time, but maybe you can get into a habit of going off for a walk or sitting out and meditating, breathing, going by the ocean, whatever the case may be, to allow for this spiritual awakening to go to another level. Not saying it hasn't started, but it's asking you to go deeper because the spirit is trying to take you somewhere. Enter the temple of your truth and learn to value it. Yeah. Yeah, taking you in within. This is you probably on the path of the initiate and don't even realize it. Lost in the ruins of the past, find the way to the present moment and live. Or you could be, maybe you are spending a little bit too much time reflecting on the pain of the past. Ain't nothing wrong with reflecting on the past if you're truthfully extracting the blessing from the lesson. But if you're stuck in the anger and the pain of the past, then it's time to kind of let that go. Time has come. Time for romance has come. See it as an opportunity for an abundant life. Now, whether that's in your current romantic situation or one coming to you, again, that really wasn't what we were pulling for. So unless it comes out further, we're gonna just see. We'll leave it there for a moment. Ooh. Cross the bridge of happiness. It leads over the depths of your emotions. So there's some kind of emotional fulfillment, evolution, something Just trying to roll out for you. Excuse me. Put this over here. What's with this re-energizing in the natural world, spirit? Soul alignment. It's time for a radical change. How can you show up for yourself in ways that you never have before? Yeah. What's with the lotus within awakens you? Breathe. This moment matters most. How can you focus on the moment and appreciate that all is well? So, in that, something about breath work is crucial to your awakening and ascension as well as you get out there in the natural world. I heard somebody once say that prayer is when we talk to God, meditation is when God talks to us. So there's something about that slowing down, the not pushing the envelope so much, doing the breath work, getting out in nature, kind of allowing this ascension to happen. With enter the temple of your truth. Ooh, you are the truth seeker, awakening, actualizing, transcending. How can you invite more grace to guide you? Interesting. The temple of truth and the truth seeker came out together. Lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. It says there's strength in doing nothing. Wait. What have you been forcing and how can you let go of the outcome? A lot of times when we reflect on the past, at first it's from a point of anger and hurt, and we wish they had done this different, and why come they won't act right, and how dare they did this to me, and I want them to apologize. I need closure. Those kinds of things are what we say when we first start looking at events of the past and recognizing the hurt. But sometimes after a while, it doesn't become about closure or needing an apology or anything else. It's about seeing the lesson and seeing the blessing and understanding that even as uncomfortable as that was, it shifted your trajectory in a way that eventually led you to someplace else, that led you to someplace else, that ultimately got you here. So sometimes redirections are painful, but they may have been the quickest exit route out of the matrix that spirit could find for you. So they let that uncomfortable thing happen to shift your psyche in a way that got your attention. That ouchie that started, like building a muscle in a gym. You absolutely cannot build a muscle without some kind of discomfort. You have to bring in some kind of pain. Yeah, I'm here because I made it my mind. I'm going to get through the list. Yeah, and then I'll go. But we have the time for romances come. Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? And truthfully, that gratitude is like everything, no matter what we're calling in, whether we're manifesting love, abundance, family, soul family, relationships, whatever it is, gratitude is absolutely the key. Cross the bridge of happiness. What's what with that, spirit? Things are not what they seem. You're only trapped by your illusion. What freedom do you seek? So sometimes we are the ones that stand in the way of our own happiness the most. Like, I mean, sad to say, but we really are. Because half the time, those things are still holding us up in that. Remember when I talked about being in that, I need closure. How are they going? Do this. I want, how do they think they are? All of those sorts of things. Most of those people, by the time we finish reflecting on it, that thing happened 6 months, 6 years, 2 decades, whatever ago. They don't went on about their business. They're not thinking about that no more. It's living in our heads rent free. Hey, Miss Valerie, how are you? You would like to see me in yellow with gold jewelry? It would look beautiful on my skin. I'll wear. You know what? I'll wear yellow tomorrow on MMM. I do have a yellow caftan. I just don't wear it that often. But just for you, Miss Mermaid, I'll be in yellow tomorrow. How about that? I got you, boo. I got you. Because I do need to wear it. I mean, there's energy and colors and stuff anyway. So, yeah, I love purple and all of that. But there's a lot to be said for gold, especially since I'm manifesting some abundance and all, too. So, yeah, I don't mind wearing it. All right, so now the one thing I did want to pull is a little tarot for you though, and we'll get rolling. Let's see where we's at, Miss Janice. With the soul alignments and re-energizing in the natural world. What's up with that? Two of Wands. This is your decision point. This is where you're launching your ideas into place. So, like I said, out in nature is going to help you find the alignment to start making the decisions so that you can kind of co-create with the universe, start placing your order, so to speak. You're wonderfully well. Ooh, that's good to hear. Look at here, Janice, and this high priestess energy. The lotus within you awakens, and it's talking about this breath work and all of that. And the high priestess is here. So very intuitive being, very high ranking spiritual being. If you ain't don't feel like you're there yet, you will be, because you're being called into it. Enter the temple of your truth and being the truth seeker. What is that here for? Why is that here, Spirit? Queen of Wands, it's this confident attitude. And the Queen of Wands is a powerful manifester too. So if you're sitting in Queen of Wands, High Priestess energy, that is a show enough witch in the best kind of way. I ain't mean like no oogly boogly witch. That is pure divine natural magic, your beautiful manifesting self. All right, and we are letting what's with the being lost in the ruins of the past? What we got here? Two of Cups, unity. Ooh, maybe some kind of spiritual partnership is going to come in to help you let go of some of this, or being in the present and living a divine distraction, if you will, some kind of a leveling up in your relationships with people, whether it's romantic or otherwise, but just something coming along, maybe even a mentor to help you remix the past, so to speak, so that you're able to heal in a healthy way. What's this? This is the moon and the Five of Swords coming out here. That's some kind of a conflict that you're not seeing. Maybe that's what this other card here, the things are not what they seem, you being trapped by illusion. It's in the way of the bridge to happiness. I want to pull something else though and see what we got here. Gratitude is the life force. Oh, in the transformation. Okay. So yeah, this is just part of the transformation energy here. Gratitude is the life force of peace, but you got to allow this transformation for this. And then what else we got here? Two of Swords. Something you gotta. Maybe this is some person or situation still in and around your life that's genuinely in the way. It says you're only trapped by your illusion, but this is not illusion. Two of Swords, Five of Swords, that's not illusion. That is actually something in the way, some kind of conflict coming from outside of you. Or it could be conflict within yourself, but typically this is something outside of you. Just be mindful and be aware of it. You don't see it coming though, but your intuition is going to make you aware of it. Ace of Pentacles, something is going to come along to help you navigate this though. Empress, okay. Yeah, you don't see it yet, but you will. You will. All right, let me grab one of these and get you a message, and then we'll be done with you. And let me see. Joe Calisthenics, if you're still in the building, please let me know. I got one more card to pull from Miss Janice, and then we'll be working on you. Natalie Rose, if you're here. I think Nina King had to leave. Other than that, I think the only ones we missed tonight was Rafa and Sakshi Jaswami. They didn't show up, but everybody else did. And like I said, okay, good, Joe. I'm glad. Ooh, Janice, we got unplugged from mass consciousness from you. Because of that, I might have to, because we were talking about changing belief systems and stuff. Or it says radical soul acceptance, time for a change, and then some kind of spiritual protection. Let's take a look, shall we? Let me see. There is a belief system based on fear, doubt, and distrust that is known as mass consciousness. It says it is safer to stay with the crowd, not to question what you've been taught. It says you cannot trust the divine to take care of your fanciful well being, your financial well being, excuse me, or your emotional needs. It says you should be afraid and not take risks. It says that if you dare to stand up and live your truth, you'll be lost and alone, humiliated, rejected, or even destroyed. You are being guided to unplug from that belief system. You are capable of a more creative, loving, and soul satisfying way of living. To access this, let go of the way that is too small for your soul. You are brave and aware enough to think outside the square, beyond what society or your peers may consider normal. You are supposed to be questioning things right now. You are in a transition from one way of thinking to another, opening up to a new world which you can trust enough to live in with peace and happiness because of the upgraded new beliefs you're cultivating. No matter how others may resist or criticize your choices, perhaps your new ideas take you away from the world they feel comfortable in. Your higher guidance encourages you to keep opening your mind to a more loving, higher reality. Yeah. It says, if you've been thinking along new lines and wonder if you're going crazy, your guidance tells you you're doing a great job. You are not crazy. Trust yourself. Okay. And then we have Merkaba, spiritual protection. You say you got what you needed? We almost there, so it's up to you. I'm like I said, I'm committed to helping everybody that's on the list for tonight. We almost there, but like I said, if you cool with it, Natalie, cool, and if not, we can still take care of you. Being open to receive is a way to gain empowerment, to gain strength and all manner of assistance. To enhance receptivity, it can be helpful to declutter and cleanse your energy field. This allows for that which is not rightfully yours to be shed. Sometimes this will include the disowned thoughts and feelings of others. When you release these thoughts and feelings, a spaciousness will grow within you. Then you can receive more of what is rightfully meant to be for you, your divine good in all ways. An open, sensitive person can easily become energetically overloaded. From physical pain to emotional and psychological tension, an overload does not feel good. You may even feel like you're carrying others on your back or in your head. The added weight can drag your naturally light vibration down into anguish, doubt, fear, and despair. Your inner vision, too, may be obscured by the overload. That can make it hard to discern what is yours and what belongs to another. Whether experiencing overload to your system is an unusual occurrence for you, or you have a tendency to absorb and process others' energies, which is common for healers, psychics, and mediums, artists, and other sensitive open people, you will benefit from a spiritual cleansing. Afterwards, you may feel less inclined to connect with particular people or work on certain ideas, even if they seemed very important before the cleanse. This means that you are freeing yourself from others' input and discerning the true priorities of your own heart. To accept the spiritual cleansing now, they give you an invocation that you can look at here. It says this is also a confirmation for those who have been questioning if a relationship, person, or situation has been draining you or transferring negative energies or thoughts into your energy field. Your insights are correct. You can now use this energy clearing process to remove the cords of attachment and release any negative energy from that person or situation. And I am going to repeat the invocation. And if it's something that you're interested in before coming back and hearing it later after I upload it, just keep in mind that we are now at 195 minutes into this recording. So that is what, 180 is what, 4 hours? Wait, no, 3 hours is 180. So we're at 3 hours and 15 minutes into the recording if you want to come back and get this invocation. I call upon unconditionally loving divine protection. The sacred chamber of light, the Merkaba of divine light, is around me now. I choose of my own free will, under divine authority and grace, to release any and all connections, content, and contaminants that do not serve me through unconditional love. I choose of my own free will to take my life journey in the most joyful and loving way possible. I open to divine grace for cleansing and protection of my integrity at all times. I am free to simply be in the truth of me. May all beings be blessed and protected. May all beings be happy and free. Through my own free will, so be it. So once again, if you want that invocation, just remember to jot down somewhere. I'm wearing the green outfit. Today is October the 13th. It'll be uploaded sometime by tomorrow. It takes like hours for these live streams to upload, but sometime tomorrow it will upload and I'll make it public. And the invocation for your reading Janice is going to be at 3 hours and 15 minutes into this live stream. Okay? But that is your reading, and I hope it benefited you. Joe Calisthenics, we are here. You said, Natalie, you got what you needed, so we can cross you off the list. Nina King, if you're here, I can take care of you. Perva Merjani or Merjami, if you're here, I'll still take care of you as well. But Joe Calisthenics, Nina, and Perva, those are the rest. Janice, that was the conclusion of your reading. You're so very welcome, Janice. I'm glad I could help. All right, all right. Joe? Oh, you did say you were here. Yeah, I just need your question whenever you get ready. Yeah. Let me see what we got over here. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Joe, for responding. Hey, Katana, how are you? Welcome in. Joe, if you'll put your question in the chat, then we can get started. Good night, Natalie. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not too much farther behind. I guess I'll see you tomorrow, maybe on Modern Mystic Messages at 7. But yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep after we take care of Miss Joe. I'll be on my way. Yep. Have a beautiful evening too. Love you too, and take care. Sweet dreams. What's coming in the general future? Let's take a look and see, Miss Joe. Ooh. First two cards out here are some kind of union, soulmate energy, decisions. Talks about an integration of yin and yang energy, some kind of a proposal. North Node, destiny, fate, evolution, finding life path, karmic challenges, and rewards. So some kind of a spiritual level up and meeting up with some form of soul family, soul mate, soul tribe. You're attracting something. It's at the bottom of the deck here. This is what you don't see coming. Passion, mutual feelings, feeling drawn to someone. Now, if you're not specifically looking for love, it does not have to be love. But if you are, it could be. It could be. Um, hot. Passion, lust, anger, attraction, vitality. Actually, this is Mars energy. That kind of makes me think maybe it is. Look at here, look at here. Let me get up out this deck because it's a little spicy. And that deck ain't even a love deck, but okay. Look, that's what jumped out the deck, so that's what I did. I just work here. This is weird. These are turned all kind of weird ways. That was somebody else's energy. Hold on. I gotta get this. Yeah, I can't. Oh. Detach came back out, so that's cool. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of the attachment to it. Inner peace, you're letting outside circumstances create turmoil and frustration within you. Remember, you always have the power to choose your response. Let inner peace attract a higher vibrational outcome for you. Learning to respond versus react is huge in the transformational space. Like, really, that's what kind of first sets you on your way to awakening and ascending. Learning to respond versus reacting. Have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything's going to be okay, yet still you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. That came out for someone else too earlier. Strategy and planning. Your actions have taken you to a new phase in your spiritual evolution. Now is the time to plan and strategize for the highest possible outcome. Let me see. Let's see. She want to know a general in the future. Let's see. Shall we? Ooh, a past life issue is here. Maybe a past life person. Who knows? But trust is also here. Lucky. All right. Divinity. New life. You got past life and new life. Interesting. Time. Let's see what we see, shall we? What's going down in time? All right, what's the past life? Trust. concern. We're going to find out why you're concerned about this past life scenario. What's with trust? Something is ending, but something is ending and something new is coming in with this child. Lucky is here. Like I said, that could be a new business, adventure, partner, person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a child. Divinity is here with occupation. Occupation typically is using something in your gifts. It's something pleasurable to do that you will be doing just because you want to, not because you have to. New life and mature man is here. So I don't know if this is a mentor coming in or somebody that's going to help you get to something that you've been trying to do. Oh, time was here with change. Wait a minute now. I flipped that over. It kind of split on me. You got change, house, and wealthy man. They are here out here with time. So I'm not sure. Let's see how that signifies because I don't rightly know. Okay, the woman is here with this past life and concern. Does that represent you perhaps? Ooh, Rider is here. Some kind of an adventure or trip. This could be literal travel, but it's probably something to do with information. The Rider does come in bringing information. It may have something to do with your deepest desires or something you're bringing in or manifesting. Soulmate energy is here with the heart, or yeah. So this with Lucky and the soulmate energy, that child may actually be an actual child if that's something you're open for. I don't know. With divinity, yep, divinity is here with the tower, which is actually a divine fortress. So this occupation gonna have something to do. It looks like it's going to have something to do with your spiritual leveling up or gifts. And potentially something to do with actual belief systems and some serious form of spirituality. Mature man and new life is here. So this may be a spiritual mentor coming forth to help you in this spiritual leveling up or rebirthing. What's with time, house, the change, and the wealthy man? Ooh. Something sneaky here though. Fox is here. Maybe you're the one that's being shrewd. We're gonna get something else on that and see. Yeah, you're being shrewd. Okay, it's not somebody hiding um, something from you. It's about you having to kind of keep your game face on as this change rolls out between the house situation and the wealthy man. You're in this sun energy, but I don't think it's something with the time factor there. Maybe you got some folks around you that you need to just not have up in your business. And the ship is here. So this may actually be real, like actual travel. We saw the rider here, but the rider and the ship together, there's going to probably most likely be some real physical travel involved at some point in time in this future energy. But I mean, why not? If you get in the love scenario together and you getting into work that not only is pleasant to you, but it's expanding your spirituality and helping with this new transformation, rebirth energy, you got a love energy or even if it's not romantic love, it could be spiritual components, cooperative components coming in to help you with this new business adventure or expansion of your business, whatnot. These changes all happening in this, and is centered around like your spiritual leveling up too. Why wouldn't you wind up traveling at some point? Now I know you're gonna be traveling. Journey came out of this card. So you might as well get ready. You be as concerned as you want to be about it, but it looked like it's fitting to happen. Or for sure you're gonna be journeying in your mind because we got concern here and thinking, man, with this coffin. I'm trying to figure out about this past life scenario though. whatever's coming in for you might be some kind of a conclusion or a continuation from something that you had started in a previous lifetime, and you're coming to kind of finish whatever your ascension and all of that takes you to, and that form of leveling up is going to lead you into some kind of spiritual occupation or work that may be a continuation from something from a past life, since you got past life, new life. Yeah, it's part of your soul contract. You got a contract here. Sometimes this is a physical contract, and it may involve some physical paperwork here in the 3D. But with Lucky and Child and the swans here with the heart, I think it's part of your soul contract. This might be a divine counterpart or some kind of a divine soulmate. If it's not romantic, it's still something that is kind of orchestrated for you. What's here with divinity? A man holding a coin. Yeah, this look like it's gonna be a partnership for sure. What's here? A mature man in new life. A woman holding a heart. Oh Lord. So you here with the heart. He got the money. Both of y'all in this religious system with the divinity and new life. What's going on? What's going on? Man holding a heart is here with wealthy man. This change. Wow. And happy family is at the bottom of the deck. And y'all got choices with adjacent possibilities here. It is divinely guided with angel of love at the bottom of the deck. And cornucopia, the flipping jackpot. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I'm going to pull a tarot because I just normally do with this type of reading. The list is closed for the day, Kitana. I'm so sorry. You might want to subscribe to the channel and set for notifications. I'll be back on live on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you get in there before 8:30, I might be able to get you on the list. But yeah, my list is closed for tonight. This is the last reading I'm doing this evening. The tower, yeah. Past life. I'm telling you, this is something that is divinely orchestrated. The things that are falling apart or seem to have fallen apart in your life, you had concern and all of that stuff. Whatever happened in the past, do understand that it was something that was divinely um, allowed in order to catalyze or spark this change in you. Okay, very good, Katana. Awesome. Thank you so much for your understanding. And what's with this coffin and trust in the thinking man? This moon energy is out again. Your intuition is going to have to come into play. You don't see it, but again, trust is here. There's an ending happening. You may not see it between the tower and the coffin. It's happening though, and it is for your better. For like I said, it's for your good and the highest good of all. What's with this contract, child, and lucky with the heart? Eight of Wands. It's in motion. There is some kind of progress for you. Like I said, you may not see it yet. What's man holding a coin? Ooh, the high priestess with this, because you're here with occupation and this tower and divinity with the high priestess, but this man holding a coin is going to come along and help you with that. Woman holding a heart and the new life. What's up with that? Three of Wands, movement towards it. And in this particular deck, the Three of Wands is listed as voyage. So this is like the fourth card that you've had on here that has something to do with possibly, let me see, we had the rider, journey, the ship, and then now this Three of Wands, which indicates a voyage. So yeah, you might well get ready. Make sure your passport together and all of that good stuff. I don't know what all you got to do to be ready to travel, but it looked like something coming. Six of Swords, transition, moving out of those rough waters into calmer waters. And then what's happening with cornucopia and the adjacent possibilities? King of Wands, leadership. Yep. Oh. Oh, well, actually, it's this one. The star. Ooh, the star, the magician, the star and the magician are at the bottom of the deck. I know that you're concerned about it because you're getting readings like the rest of us. But I would not be that concerned about this 9 of Wands because, like I said, you don't see what's coming, but the star and the magician energy is there. That is creativity and manifestation for you. So that looks pretty good, my dear. That looks really, really good, Joe. Yeah, that is crazy, right? But hey, I just work here. You saw me pull the cards. You see them coming out the deck. It is what it is. So congratulations. I don't know how it's going to all play out for you, but it looks pretty darn good. So, yep, that is what's up. All right, all right. Nina, if you're here, Perva, Merjami, are you here? Jaffa, are you here? Or Rafa, excuse me. Or Sakshi Jaswami, are you here? All right, so I'm assuming everyone that that was on the list, other than the names that I just called, have received their readings for this evening. So with that being said, I do thank all of you for joining me this evening. Like I said, I will be back on for tarot on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on this channel. I also encourage you to check out my other channel, Modern Mystic Messages. Oh, you're so very welcome. And you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Peace and blessings to you as well, Joe. Thank you for joining me tonight. But yeah, for the rest of you, I would really like to invite you to join me tomorrow on Modern Mystic Messages. If you go to the homepage of this channel and scroll down to the bottom, you'll see an icon under the heading My Other Channel. And if you tap that, it'll take you right there. If you subscribe and set your notifications for all, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be having a spiritual discussion on that channel. I don't pull tarot there, but we do get into discussing spirituality, the ancient texts, and the sacred texts, and such as that. And I definitely invite all of you to join me there. And until then, like I said, as they say, in the meantime, in between time, until next time, family, do subscribe if you haven't. Please share the video the other videos on the channel with any that might benefit from it. And this one will be uploaded at some point tomorrow. Once it actually does upload to the channel, I will make it public. So if you got a reading here tonight, you will be able to find your reading on this one. Oh, good night, Valerie. Did you come in to have cards pulled? I'm so sorry, dear. Did you need me to pull something for you, or did you just was showing up for support? You good? I tell you what, if you need me, if you're good, if you need me, oh, you just stop by to see me. Okay, awesome. I was about to say, because if not, I would hit you one-on-one in WhatsApp. But yeah, okay. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate the support. But yep, I am going to leave now because that is the end of the road here. Peace and blessings to you, soul family. And until next time, I love you. Namaste.